Just suck the water from the air. Okay, so non-ghost producer is programmer that became a CEO. Every programmer is a ghost programmer. In the same way that a ghost writer is a ghost writer and a ghost producer is a ghost producer, every programmer is a ghost programmer because no programmer works at their own company because they can't do business. It's actually the saddest state of affairs in that even the programmers that are CEOs, they're not actually programmers, they're just CEOs. So there's no actual non-ghost programmer. All the software that you see was written by a ghost programmer. Also, sorry, I just came down from. I just ran. Also, technically, there have even been reports of actual ghost programmers. Like, I think in Canada, we had a dude who was working remotely. I think it was in Canada, and instead of working the job, he paid someone else to do the job. So he gave them access to the system to do it remotely from like another country, and it was a huge problem because he worked in like a very secure place, so he couldn't do that. But he did that. Today, we're not ghost programming. We're going to solve a very important problem. And the problem, you can kind of tell right now based on what you're hearing, actually. What song is playing right now? Can you tell? Isn't it kind of boring to see nothing on the screen at the moment? Nothing's really working. Nothing's really moving. You don't even know what song is playing. Well, it is boring. And that's what we're trying to solve today. So, we're going to program something, and this is a good project to program with. Display, capture, danger, because I've always needed this thing, but I didn't know necessarily how to get it done and like where to go to get this thing. There's some options that we have, but I think it's time for us to make our own option that is probably a little bit better suited for our purposes. What you're seeing right now is not the thing, because the project that we're going to make has zero work being done on it. Zero. It's basically nothing except for a little bit about how to actually churn, how to perform a fast Fourier transform on audio data and convert it into different frequencies at that moment that we can then analyze and like do visualize stuff with. And even then, I'm very shaky on the idea of what it is because there's no good resource to learn what this stuff is. None. You just have to figure it out yourself. And even the example code that I saw was written and the code literally said, I don't know what this is. It's like var, I don't know what this is, equals. Like they named the variable, I don't know what this is. Because the math is there, but they just don't know. Oh, that's me. Edward, that's me. Exactly. But we're going to make a visualizer. Right, we're going to make a visualizer. I probably should have hid some things, actually. Just give me a second. For music, because there's a number of problems with the music segment that I encountered that I realized we probably should fix at some point. The biggest problem, sorry, I need to find, move U desktop 2. Yes, move U desktop 2. Move U keep U in desktop 1. I'll just hope that the autoplay is good. The problem is that it's very hard to know. Does this work? Yes. And does it work? Yes. It's very hard to know what song I'm currently playing. I have to do this whole thing in chat where I have to, type it out. And for the music segments when I do have them, you usually just see this as a background, which is like this background has served its a time, but it's time for something new, okay? I said that I would be taking this more seriously, and I think to take it more seriously, it's also going to be at least a little bit more entertaining even in these slower moments where we're thinking about what to do and how to make something, you know what I mean? And like if we're listening to something or we're talking about something, it'd be nice to have something more interesting to like view. It shouldn't just be so static and like empty. Also, sorry, I need to change the background because I'm going to change the background to something that will better demonstrate what is possible with the things that I found versus what we need and like how we can get there. We'll do this one for now. That's good. It's really good. An audio visualizer. And so the reason why we need the audio visualizer is because it's very hard to know what song you're listening to, why we're listening to it, and sort of like what's going on. So I have this little project here. I'll probably go to it from this link because I have it. No headline found with ID. Okay, listen, buddy. What? Oh, it's right here. That's the wrong ID. Oops. Stream Control V would do this. Is that really the wrong ID? No, it's not. You idiot! It's right there! Anyways, the stream audio visualizer has to give you a number of things. It has to look cool. I didn't write down much here, sorry. It has to look cool. It has to give you a lot of information about what it is and what's currently being played. And it has to be useful in the sense that it can do some things for me that I currently do manually, such as show you what song is currently being played, which I really hate having to do every single time. Not that I hate showing you what song is being played, like I love sharing songs with you, but it'd be very, very nice to have that be done automatically. On top of that, it gives me room to do things, more interesting things with it that I think could be expanded on over time, that I've been talking about a lot on the stream. This idea of like maybe you could have like a Sims type of deal, or like the thing that we learned yesterday with the horse races, right? Like we could do more fun stream stuff for the community that could be interesting for us to like try out. It's more high effort and like it's very dubious in terms of like the return on it, but it also gives us an excuse to do regular programming streams because I can't show you what I do professionally because it's all under contract. I would get sued if I showed you what it was. And not that I'm on contract right now. I'm currently in I'm like winding down my contracts to go and find a sorry, I need to fix my chair. What the fuck? To find a job. Like a full-time one that's like, I don't know, less annoying than having to like deal with like contracts. I can't show you any of that work, and so it's frustrating because it's like I do want to try programming streams more, but the game thing is also complicated. Where it's like if I want to make a game, I have to be willing to like put a lot of time and effort into it, which I do want to do, but the problem is that we get too distracted to go all the way with it. And also like the game idea is like, I'll have a game idea, I'll play it out in my head and it sucks and then I won't make it, right? So it's like, it's not something that I really stick with because I'm just testing out some ideas on the side and I work on the side after we do it like a very small amount on stream and then it sucks and I stop, right? With stuff like this, if we can just keep going with this idea for the stream stuff, it's a much more consistent streaming programming target that I think works out better, at least until I have a solidified idea of what I want to make for a game. You know what I mean? So until I figure out what I want to make for a game, this will do, and this will suffice to fill that hole that we don't that's currently there. It's also interesting because I like the idea of trying to get better at it because it's a bit like getting better at pair programming. I'm really bad with the pair programming, even though I really enjoy the process. Because when someone's talking, my brain almost like stops. But it's one of the most effective programming processes that I've ever worked with. It was so effective that I think in every full-time job, I've always been like the pair programming guy to go with, and I never advertised it. It's just something that I ended up in that role of because it was just so good for us to do it. And it was a super productive way of us working through things to the point where, you know, even on various contracts, I'll just have their engineers like pair with me on something, and it'll be like a back and forth, and we both walk away with a lot of knowledge, at least from my perspective. But maybe they feel differently about me. So yeah. At least if I get better at this, it might lead to better results at that, because then I can maybe get better at multitasking. I'm not really sure. But the key goal is to make a visualizer that can make this segment interesting besides this boring background. And I have a visualizer on screen right now that sort of shows one of the many options. So I did some research at first to figure out what options there are. And there's quite a few options. The option that you're seeing right now is very interesting in that this is one of many wallpapers in Wallpaper Engine. Not the image. The image is one that I got to choose to import to use with this. And I found it funny to use this image from the game The Citadel. Because I thought it'd be funny to use it. It really does look like a Gunnar image. And so it's a really good image to use with with your wallpaper. But there's a lot of tools that are already out there for audio visualization stuff. Like, you can see here, Synesthesia, other audio visualizers. There was a bunch. I didn't want to like list them all because they're very similar to Synesthesia. And oddly enough, Wallpaper Engine. This is perfectly fine to show on stream. Perfectly fine. Wallpaper Engine docs. And Synesthesia. Maybe Synesthesia docs. You've seen Synesthesia before on stream, and I'm sure all of you are aware of what Wallpaper Engine is. If you don't know what Wallpaper Engine is, oops, maybe I should pull up Wallpaper Engine here. And then I'll pull up Synesthesia by itself, actually, too. And basically, Synesthesia program. Most audio visualizers are kind of like that, too. The CRT filter, Italian fingers. Synesthesia is a bit like this. So again, sorry. Also for today's stream, there's gonna be a lot of flashing lights and moving colors because that's just what visualizers are. So if you have epilepsy, you're probably on the floor right now. But if you're not on the floor, please look away for the entire stream. This is basically what a music visualizer is. You play a song and it reacts to what you hear. I did it for a couple of music segments before with synesthesia, and the thing that I found that was very limiting is that, as far as I can tell, it's only in 2D. So you can do a lot with synesthesia. It gives you all the waveforms and all the different data that you need, and it even lets you write your own custom shaders. But it's a bit like Shadertoy. Is it shadertoy.com? Okay, verifying. Yeah, it's a bit like Shadertoy where you run the shader and it's just a single full screen shader, which is fine, but it feels a bit limiting because I want to do more with what this is. Like, it's like a 2D space is fine, but I really wanted to play with the idea of it being a 3D scene too, because I feel like, if you can add things within the 3D space and you can have them interact with the world around you, I think that's a bit more interesting from a visual perspective. Like, one of the scenes that I sort of scoped out in my head was this idea of like, see a table, see like a radio on the table and the walls of the place, and each wall corresponds to a different frequency range, so that all the walls start to shake and then cave in and like dust starts to fall. Like that level of fidelity and like that level of control over a scene, and then even having like the idea of like chat members show up as you type. Because one of the scenes that I also wanted too was like, and it was a part of like it's a very core memory if you live in a Canadian city of like, you're waiting at the bus stop in a snowstorm and the bus is broken, so you have to wait for a replacement bus. And so it's like, as chat members type, I wanted you to like appear in the scene with your character, and as the music is playing, everyone's characters would like bop their heads to the beat of the song based on the frequency and stuff, right? You couldn't really do that within synesthesia because it's just a shader. It's just like, there's not really many tools. There are like static image tools and stuff in it. You can create loops and stuff. It's like fairly advanced and there's a lot that you can do, but because of that limitation of it only being within the 2D space, and also sort of it being its own solution that I can't really modify very much. Like, it's a closed system. The license, you have to get the license, and you have to like, the license I don't mind, but it's the fact that it's a fully closed system means that I can't extend it with things like Twitch integrations and the stuff, means that I can't really use it for that. At least not easily, in a way that would be much simpler than having to integrate with their own like plugin system, right? Let's say. So even though it gives you all this data within shaders for you to sample from, like these are textures that you can sample within the actual shader itself, and it gives you all various different types of ways that the audio data can be sliced. So you get the spectrum, you get the trail, you get like the various levels of like the volume, you get the various sort of like frequencies. It all works, but it's very limited in the system. So then I looked at Wallpaper Engine, which is what you're seeing here. So Wallpaper Engine is really nice because Wallpaper Engine, you can do anything. It actually even allows you to do 3D scenes. And so you might be wondering why I didn't go with Wallpaper Engine, because you can do this. It has a full scripting language. It actually does the processing of audio data for you, which granted, it's not that hard to do. And it even hooks into different things like the Windows API. So Windows has an official API. I don't know if it's an API or like an SDK. I forget the actual term for it, but it's like a thing that you can actually call from the system to get the currently playing media. Because things like Spotify, you'll probably see it in the top right, doesn't show up because I debloated my Windows. But usually you see a pop up saying like, playing this song, pause, go next over here or something, right? And Spotify and stuff hooks into it, and so you can even pull data like that down. So over here, you can get cursor data, resolution data, a whole bunch of things. You can even do a wallpaper that like uses other assets. For instance, this image is just an image that I had in my images folder. So why didn't I use it? It's not that fun to use, and also you have to do it based on their system, which is like its own scripting language. It's 3D models. You can apply shaders to them. You can do all really fancy stuff in the same way that you can do fancy stuff in like, say, a Unity 3D scene system where you can parent nodes to different nodes and stuff. But then you get to learn this like weird JavaScript-esque language to make it all work. That's not really JavaScript, but also JavaScript. And I was like, if I had to do all this anyways to learn all this, I might as well just build my own system because I don't even need like a fraction of these. And if I do need them, realistically, like a full game engine provides you with all of that. And really the hardest part is just figure out how to actually get the data of like what the audio is into your system. So at least when I looked at all these things, and every single one was similar to either Wallpaper Engine or Synesthesia, though the Wallpaper Engine side, it's like Wallpaper Engine is like the best in class at what it does. Most of it was like synesthesia. A handful were getting close to something like Wallpaper Engine, but synesthesia and Wallpaper Engine seem to be the most successful at what they did, and thus the most capable. And even then, it felt a bit limiting and also a bit sort of annoying to work with. That I was like, I'll just make it myself. And also, that's another reason why we're doing this. It's fun to make things. I forget where I heard the quote, but the quote is the idea of like, it's like a lot of programming really boils down to whether or not it's fun to do. Like, sure, it's out there, but maybe it's fun to like make your own thing too. It's sort of weird that it's in tandem with the idea of if there isn't a pull request for it, I won't do it. You know what I mean? Or if it already exists, then I won't do it. Right? Because it's almost it is a direct contradiction to that idea of that programmer laziness that say Linus said on Linus Tech Tips, but not the Linus Tech Tips, like the other Linus. And he was like, if there was already something like it, he wouldn't have made Linux. But it's weird because it's like on the one hand, it's a tool. On the other, it's a learning experience. It's like as a programmer, I feel like I want to try this out to see and like learn how this stuff is even made. Because again, I really couldn't find any information on like how the fuck you're supposed to process audio data. It feels like a thing that you just learn as part of like some course in electronics that you then just take that knowledge to make this stuff. And this stuff is so niche that you just end up under the tutelage of someone else who like does it. Like you go work at these places and then you learn the various things that they do. But if somebody else did this already, but I wouldn't be doing this. If somebody else already did this to the level that I wanted it to be done, I wouldn't be doing this right now. Because I would just rather use that, right? And really, if this thing wasn't in this weird scene script thing, and if it didn't have these like small little details about how limiting it is, even though it's a very, very flexible system, I would have gone with Wallpaper Engine. But the biggest thing is that I have to have Wallpaper Engine going. And it's really annoying because I have to show my desktop. If I don't show my desktop, then don't get to see what's going on. And this has problems, right? Showing my desktop. So now we get into the other related bit of why we're doing our own system instead of using Wallpaper Engine. DSL is one thing, but having to show your desktop is annoying because, and you probably saw it there, when you Alt-Tab, you see everything. You see my OBS. You see my editor. You see literally everything. Because that's the point of Wallpaper Engine. Wallpaper Engine isn't made for a streaming context. Wallpaper Engine isn't made for streamers. It's made for wallpapers for your computer. It's a consumer product that you buy to be able to have wallpapers on your screen. It's not the same as like a streamer focused thing where it's a screen that you can capture that is specific about what it is. Exactly. It's why you love Wallpaper Engine. It's also why it doesn't work for the streaming context. It's sort of like weird. And you can't ask them to change that because it's literally the antithesis of like why it is the way that it is. Because I love Wallpaper Engine for the wallpaper. But I can't have this because I have to display my screen, which just displays everything. So there's actually two other things that I need to do, which will be later down the line. But one is that we have to build a better system to Alt-Tab into things where I don't need to do a display capture. Actually, it's just that one thing. I just need to be able to program with multiple sources and not have to do a display capture. I'll talk about that later. It's a whole thing of like automatically switching and changing the focus of the source to whatever is currently focused on screen because you can hook into that event on the Windows event level. But for today, we simply deal with the fact that we need an audio visualizer that has a lot of the same capabilities without the leakage of having to display my monitor. Because again, I can't even go to my files. I can't even show my start menu because if this name wasn't like this, or let's say my name was actually Cummiser, you'd know my name, right? I can't even show you what I have installed. Like, look at all this. Anything that I have could leak anything. And it's very frustrating because it's like, I do want to do more of these like fancy little segments, right? But this is a big limitation as to why I can't use it. On top of the small things that makes it annoying to use. So that's what we're going to do today is we're going to make our own solution. Because if there's no solution that's tailor-fit to you, the fun part about programming is that you can make your own thing. This song is really good, by the way. It's by an artist called 52 Hertz, and I don't know why her name is Hertz, but it's a really solid name because I really like her stuff. This wallpaper should change every, I think, 10 minutes too, so I don't know how it works necessarily. I just know it changes every 10 minutes. We'll see how it goes. You can't see anything yet, but here we go. And now you see the problem with the display capture. When I switch to Spotify, I have to also like hide the display because I don't know what information Spotify shows, right? So yeah, we're going to make our own audio visualizer. And the way we're gonna do it is that took a while to start. Is with Godot because I don't know why, but I just wanted to. Holy shit! Oh yeah, this one was sick. It plays like a video of like a Metroid game. But you see the possibility. Like this was the example of the 3D scene one where I'm like, we could do something like this. And it's so much easier too because in a shader you'd have to code every single churn of the line, every single color it should be. Whereas like with like a normal 3D game engine, you could just get the model file, import it, and place it where you want it to be, and just move the camera. Like that's the reason why I don't want to do everything and then fake a 3D scene too, is because it's less understandable than just using the scene model from like a video game engine. But I digress. We're gonna be doing this within Godot because I need to import the existing project. Because in Godot, I found this cool thing called Godot Rust, and I was like, I kind of just want to try to see how it works. Because the engine is one thing, and I want to make it something else in it. Like when we go to eventually make a game, I want to make a game at least in Sandbox as well as in Godot to see how they both work. But until we get those ideas, it'd be nice to get some experience with it in the first place too. So what I ended up getting, like this folder, sorry, import please, is this thing and this plugin, which I need to pull over. Where's the browser? Sorry, this is a very unstructured. Programming is very unstructured at times. It's very hard to... It's really hard to like build like a structure to programming that makes sense. And then I found this, and I was like, wait a minute, why don't we try this too? So there's this concept called... There's this concept called, I guess it's something like this, and I don't know necessarily if this person is necessarily a bad person. So if this person is known for being like, I don't know, like a neo-Nazi, like that other programmer that I found, I am sorry. But the concept of choosing boring technology and having a limited amount of innovation tokens is something that I'm very aware of, because the more that you experiment, the costlier it is to get those experiments past the finish line, because there's so much work that you have to do to make it happen. So if you do something new and fancy, it's fun and it's great for learning, but it's really bad for getting it over the finish line. Thankfully, this is a learning experience, so we get to play around with these systems to see how well they work. So Godot, there's this crazy thing. They somehow built like a language binding to allow you to manipulate the engine with Rust. And you can also just write everything with it. It's actually a very solid language binding that I won't get too deep into, but you'll sort of see bits and pieces of it. And it works really, really well, aside from, I think, one multi-threading hitch, as well as one thing about like certain APIs are not really fully up to date because they're still like figuring out what to do there. But other than that, you can do everything that you want to do within the engine via Rust. So I was like, okay, why don't we try this too? Just to really, because I'm not that good at Rust, and I wish I was better at it. So I'm like, why don't I just get better at it too by just trying this? So 2 innovation tokens have been used. One on using Godot to build an audio visualizer. It's the second on using this. And the third is even how you do audio visualization. Do you know what FFT is, chat? Fast Fourier transform? I have no fucking clue what fast Fourier transform is. I actually still don't really know what it is, but the video that I linked about why Wikipedia can't teach you math, because the Wikipedia article for fast Fourier transforms is incomprehensible to a layperson like me. That video eventually showed me this site, and even then I was checking out other code examples, and I have some idea of how it works, and maybe we can get it past this one hurdle, and then we just play around with how things look and feel, and we just make a fun looking visualizer, and hopefully you can have some ideas of how you want it to look too. It's always either neo-Nazi or a really positive person or a furry. Yeah, it really is weird how like technology people are really one of those 3 buckets. And I don't know why either, because it's like, I don't know how to say this. Like, what is wrong with technology that it makes you go into the neo-Nazi side, especially? Because I'm like, it makes sense for the furry side or the positive side, right? But how do so many people in technology end up being so awful as a human being that they would want to like do and say the things that they do against other people? When I'm like, the whole point of technology is to be at the cutting edge of like the world, you know what I mean? Like, at least that's the fantasy. The reality of it is usually it's just a VC funded mess where everyone just throws money to burn in a pile and everyone's fucking around doing fuck all with it. But you know what I mean? It's like, how can the same industry that pumps out furries like a factory also pump out neo-Nazis. I actually don't understand how. It genuinely doesn't make sense. And yet, think about it. Every furry that we've seen is cracked at this stuff. Like the VRC video cacher thing that we just saw on Steam that, fellow VR chat streamer posted. This thing is sick. And look. It's made by a furry. Look at this. I really like this video too. And listen to the sound effects, look at the visuals, look at the animation pacing. It's like, it's so sick. It's like, how can you exist at the same time as a neo-Nazi? I don't understand. And why do we listen to the neo-Nazis when these people are doing stuff like this? Like the furries are doing way cooler shit, man. Anyways, that's a whole different rant that I'll talk about. That's a whole different technology rant that I'll talk about. But now you see the problem with programming on stream. It's very easy to get lost in the sauce. Oh shit, I've been shaking my Coca-Cola can the entire time. Is it gonna pop? Uh-oh. Give me a second. Okay, but yeah. That's why we're doing this. We're doing this because I want to make an audio visualizer. It's a fun thing to do. Ignore the rant on the whole programmer thing. That's a whole different rant that has to be resolved at some point, but that's a whole different problem. I just want to make something fun, and it at least gives us a reason to program on stream. Because honestly, I tried really hard to find a way to do programming on stream, but again, making a game requires me to have an idea of what game I want to make. And I have some ideas, but every time I keep playing with the ideas, they keep falling apart at some point, and so I stop. Though I'm getting close. I'm actually getting close to 2 ideas that I think would be really, really fun. It's just it might take a little while longer until I write down the thoughts fully, right? But they're getting close to a fun level. But at least with stuff like this, we can program on stream, just chill, hang out, see how it goes. And honestly, this is what I do off stream anyway. So I just try things out and I learn things, I see how it goes, or I watch a video. But we can't watch any videos. We can't be distracted. We have to focus, okay? We have to focus. We're going to do this. I'm going to focus. Does anybody know how audio visualizers work? Because I don't. All I know is that you do this algorithm. You then get a bunch of data about the various frequencies that is in the sound at that moment, and then you can use that to determine where they are. And I actually have some code that is kind of there. I actually don't know how this is going to work. So the problem is that I also reinstalled Windows multiple times, as I said, as I was trying to fix things and de-bloat things. So I don't know if this is going to work. But also, don't mind the naming of things. The name of things sucks. But is it going to work? I actually haven't used my NeoVim since I reinstalled, so I have no clue what's going to happen. It's compiling. It's not going to kill anything, is it? Should I be using that toolchain? I think I am. Do I even have everything installed? I actually don't know. Maybe I should have rolled a README. Anyways, so I was checking out some of the FFT stuff, and I actually found some other examples of how this stuff is work and of like how this stuff works. And I even wrote here, a lot of this is sorry, my escape key is stuck. A lot of this is beyond me. How do I is that close enough? Yeah, it's close enough. It's wide enough. A lot of this is beyond me, so I'm referencing this mostly, right? So I was mostly working off of stuff like this to teach me it. And actually, what's funny is that this stuff is also very incomprehensible because like it literally says nothing about how it's done. Like it just sort of says call these functions on this library and you get these results, and this is how you use these results. Now you want to like view them. But also this one is funny too, because if you look at this code, this example code of a spectroscope, it tells you how to process the data. It then does the algorithm to do something like a hand window, which I think is like a sliding window. No, well, what's a hand window? I think I'm thinking of the wrong thing. The sliding window is the Overton window, which is a concept of what's acceptable. The hand window, it's the hand function. Here we go. It's a window function used to perform smoothing, because if you don't perform smoothing, a lot of the data is all over the place. Even stuff like this, which seems very well made because it results in stuff like this, still has this piece of code here that I always find funny called let I don't know the name equals 2 pi I divided by samples length. So what I realize is that can we auto generate these? LOL. What I realize is that, and the reason why we're starting with this too, is that programming live in front of people is scary. But also, like, nobody knows what the fuck is going on, so maybe we can be the first people to figure out what's going on, because I don't know how this shit works. I don't know what's going on. Like, do you see this? I'm assuming this is for every single frequency that's there, every single frequency range of like 2020, but I just don't get what any of this is. Like, genuinely, and there's no information about what goes into an audio visualizer. None. There's libraries that you use, like there's like the C library that you use for C library for audio or like FFT stuff. What's it called again? I forget the actual name of the library, but these libraries only really do the math for you, and they don't really do much else. It's like here, like this Stack Overflow answer that I found last time as well. Okay, there's like things out there that like do each of these steps, but nothing else, and that's all you really have. Is like you have only these steps and nothing else. But look at this; it even gets into complex numbers, and I'm like, what the fuck is I went to like a university website to learn about complex numbers. Because apparently, to do this stuff, you have to know about complex numbers too, which is a real and an imaginary portion, which I sort of remember. But it's like, oh god, I need to remember how to like what this is as a concept, and then you need to. But then math is also weird that you also have to know how the math applies to this domain as well. So this is also kind of like a plea for help. Is like if you're a mathematician and you know what the stuff is, please, for the love of God, please help us. But this and these. Or how we're gonna try to get this to work, and these are, as far as I know, MIT licensed. Is it? It was when I saw it. It was MIT licensed when I saw it, so it should be good. Yeah. So, which means that we can look at the stuff and see how it works. Because if you don't have MIT license, you're very likely to get screwed over when you eventually come to releasing it, because then your code has to be open source too. But I'm gonna open source this thing anyways, because. Sorry, another reason why I wanted to do this on stream, because I thought it'd be fun if we all had an audio visualizer program that you can just add stuff to. Because first and foremost, like the way that you get to interact with it is as a Adobe program. So you just get to go into the program and you can just add things to it. Like you just add like a model file anywhere and you can just write your own shader. Maybe there'll be a handful of shaders to react to things. And you can just use those to drag and drop and make your own scenes. I thought that'd be a fun thing to like have. And then just to see what you all come up with. That's if you even want to. Not that I'm banking. What the fuck is that red thing? Not that I'm banking on it, but just to sort of think about the fact that it could be possible. I thought that'd be fun to do, is to have this up there and then we could just play with it. Though I do recognize that it's probably folly and that I'm the only one who's ever going to touch this. Because in the same way that like I call myself a programmer, and like you all say that you're like functioning human beings, I know that all of you right now to the left of your chair there's like a sock or like a shirt on the floor, and so I know that you're not functional. So yeah, that was a very messy intro. I didn't really plan this and I don't really know how to like go about this, but that's what we're going to try to do. Is we're going to try to figure what an audio visualizer is, what it does, when to apply these things, why we need to apply these things. Specifically, it's the whys that bother me the most. And again, that video that I talk about is this video. He's a camera in my room. Yeah. Why Wikipedia cannot explain math. This video was really good because the person in this video clearly knows what they're talking about with math, because they made an open source website to explain a mathematical concepts, and they also understand what's going on, which means that they know how this stuff works. And they even they wrote a website basically condensing down why the NIST wrote their paper on how to test random number generators. Because this person's smart, and even they said that math is hard to learn because no one seems to explain the why. Not a single person seems to explain the why, and the whys don't exist online. Like there's no whys we do this. Like even the Stack Overflow answer. Look, why do you need a window function? Like why does the window function need to be applied to the audio data after we convert it into separate LR channels, which we already get from Adobe? I'll talk about it. With floating point numbers representing whatever it is about the data at that moment, right? Why do we need to do this? And then why do we need to, FFT makes sense, but even then it takes time to figure out why you would do this stuff, or even why you need to do this too, like the magnitude of various bins, and why do you need to, and then why do you need to convert magnitude to what's this called, decibel log scale? I get it because that matches how we hear and then view things too, based on like every volume slider is decibels, but still like, and then why do you need to plot the magnitude but not the decibel scales? Like I don't know what's like going on. So anyways, that's why we're here, and it appears that none of you know what to do, and also this is the C library that we're not going to use. So yeah, we're gonna figure it out. This is the basic template that we have, and we just need to figure out how to make this work. Since you're talking about Linus earlier, thank you. You give me an escape path to not have to program because my head already hurts. I've been nursing a headache since last night, 2 a.m. Since you were talking about Linus earlier, you like how Linus coincidentally also was making an audio visualizer a week ago. What? Like Linus Tech Tips or like Linus Sebastian of. Sorry, like Linus Tech Tips or Linus Torvalds, and he was also afraid of making it and just vibe coded it. Okay, if the guy who made Linus is also afraid, like that actually does. What the fuck? Linus Torvalds' voice. Wow. Linux Torvalds. Okay, so if even he can't figure out how to write an audio visualizer, what hope is there for me? Also, how do you know that he does this? What do you mean he was doing this a week ago? Like, do you know him personally? Does he stream on Twitch or something? Like, how do you know this? 1969 births, living people. Wait, there's a living people Wikipedia page? Purpose, because living persons may suffer personal harm. Chat. Oh my god. Do you think I could be on this list of living people? Anyways, on his GitHub. Oh, thank you. Audio noise, random digital effects. The digital something bass guitar pedal does work. Even if I'm not thrilled about some of my analog interface choices. What is this? Sorry, I need context. I got about random guitar pedal board design. I got about as far as I was interested to get in this forum. The analog pedals were never really interesting from its outset, but they're great for learning the basics. Okay, thank God I'm not the only one who does typos. If he does typos, that means I'm in good hands. Along the way, I learned about transistors and diode mixers, Gilbert cells, etc. The good. Okay, I'm gonna assume that he was trying to make a guitar pedal, as a hobby. Yeah, exactly. And then this is another silly guitar pedal related thing, but now he's making the effects that would be played when he presses the pedal. Because the point of a pedal is to do something. And he's making the effect to go along with the pedal. What's funny is that it doesn't really need to be related to a pedal. You could just use the effect with anything that could trigger something like this. So as long as you can write some way to trigger it, you could do it with anything, but I digress. But while the hardware's design is archived, while I ponder the mysteries of life and physical user interfaces, I'm still looking at the digital effects on the side. Right now, purely in a sense, it's all digital, simulated, not worry about what? These are Tor effects shouldn't take seriously. The main design goal has been to learn about how digital audio processing basics, exactly like the guitar pedal, was about learning about the hardware side. So no fancy FFT-based vocoders or anything like that. Just IRR filters and basic delay loops. Everything is simple. Is single sample in, single sample out. What the fuck is an IRR filter? Oh shit, he knows more than I do, and that's because he's actually smart, okay? He actually knows what this stuff is. ScienceDirect.com. Perfect. Okay. Infinite impulse response filter. An infinite impulse response filter is a type of digital filter that computes a weighted sum of input samples and previous output samples, allowing for a fine degree of control over frequency response with just a few taps. It computes a weighted sum of input samples and previous output samples, and then you can use that sum to do anything. And it because it's comparing between the two of them, and you can choose which way it's weighted to, maybe even based on the frequency bands. It exhibits nonlinear phase characteristics where low frequency signals are delayed more than high frequency signals. Why would you want that though? I guess it's like anything in music. It's like if it sounds cool, then it sounds cool, and then it's like okay, at least you have it, right? So, but that's interesting. But it's also not just for music. I'm assuming it's maybe for more things. Like here, for instance, from DNA to protein. What? Wait, why is this here? Sorry. Wait, is this a way that they do ads? Science Direct does ads, but they do ads for science papers. So in the middle of you reading about digital signal processing, they then write about DNAs to proteins. It's like, buddy, if I'm struggling with this, I shouldn't be trusted with like a DNA sample tube. All right, put the spit sample back in the fridge. It's not for me. Data stream processing models and methods. Okay, well, whatever this thing is, I guess he's making something like that, which isn't the same as FFT based vocoders because it's super simple. But I thought FFT was the simplest it goes. So what the fuck is an RRR? Maybe I should also start lower too. Everything, but I'm also not trying to make audio effects. I'm trying to make a visualizer. But I do again. I do want to figure out digital audio processing as a whole, but specifically with the goal of making a visualizer. But again, it's a thing of like, I don't know if you have this too, but I have this like urge, this craving to understand what's going on, like what actually is going on. Like you know that video that I posted from what's his name? Was that programmer that I posted the video of? The one where he looked at React. Sorry, I'm opening the. I should bring the Discord to the spawner actually. But that person, what is the thing? That person, I could find it. That person, when they made that video and they talked about how like people who work in React just don't care about how React works. They just care about using React. Like that spoke to me because I'm like, yeah, like people, it's weird because like I really want to know how this stuff works, but it's so hard to find out how it works because everything's so obfuscated. Everything is obfuscated to shit, and so it's impossible to find something to like understand why things work. Where's that video, chat? Soding. The pain is real. I agree with the docs part so much. Learn to, oh yeah, because yeah, sorry, this was for like this agenda. So yeah, I really want to learn this stuff, but at the same time, at least I have a goal that allows me to like jump out when it gets too much. YTDOP is what VRChat uses, but honestly, you find the deal within the VRChat's app data. Oh. Anyways, sorry. We got sidetracked. So wait, so he was also doing this. The sample maybe everything is simple, single sample and single. The sample may be stored in a delay loop to be looked up later for echo effects, but it's not doing any real processing. Oh, is that what RRR is for? RRR filter for the delay loop? When he says this, is it because to do a delay loop you have to do the RRR filter? I always thought you just store it to like throw it out later. I was happy with how the TAC had sub-millisecond latencies for feeding through the ADC to DAC chain. I forget what the ADC stands for, but I vaguely remember what the DAC is, but I don't remember what it stands for. It's meant to continue exactly that kind of thing. Plus, it's not like I've done any of this before, so it's all very basic and simple, just by virtue of me being a newbie. Put another way, the RRR filters aren't a fancy AI emulate a cab. What the fuck is a cab? like a taxi cab? Guitar cab. Oh, guitar cabinet. Okay, I thought it was like a taxi cab. Oh, that's the name. Oh, I only know the name in my own language. And whereas in English, I've always just called it the amp. Oops. No, well, they do emulate analog circuits like a phaser. They do so by emulating the effects of an RC network, just a digital all-pass filter, not by doing anything actually clever. What is he talking about? Also, note that the Python visualizer tool was basically being written by vibe coding. I know more about analog filters, and that's not saying much than I do about Python. It's not that as my typical Google and do the monkey see, monkey do kind of program, but I then cut the middleman using me and just use Google anti-gravity. What the fuck is an anti-gravity? I've never heard of this in my entire life. Next generation IDE? Why did they cut the video? They cut the video. Why is he here? The prime time, I'm in danger. Lie more, get hired. Why did they cut the video like it's like I don't know how to say this. It's like a psyop video. It's like a government psyop video, the way that it like flashes everything. It even has pictures of like the world. Lie more, get hired. It's true. It's AI. Model intelligence, AI. Oh, you think it's like cursor but from Google? Okay, that makes sense. So it's literally yeah. It's just like the AI IDE. I see. So you write down what you want it to do, and then it pops up the shit that you want it to like do. And if you want to go full in on like the danger mode, then you just do the danger mode. That's interesting. And it's using the VS Code front end. Like it's using VS Code as the underlying editor that it then just hooks everything into. That's fascinating. I will never use this because I do find it fun to learn how to program because I don't have the same time constraints as someone like Linus Torvalds does. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like no one can be mad at Linus Torvalds for using AI tools because like the guy is busy writing an entire operating system. What am I busy doing? I'm busy like, I don't know, just like eating meat and jerking off. Like I'm not really doing much. You get what I mean? So I have no reason to use this, but it's interesting to see that he used it. What the fuck is this? Nano banana. Sorry, I just want to see what the hell's going on here. Blogs? Wait, are these even real people here? Front-end developer. View case. Oh my god, these are use cases. Oh my god, these are use cases. Full stack developer. Enterprise developer. What's an enterprise developer? I've actually seen that job title a couple times. I still don't know what an enterprise developer is. Why professional developers choose... Wait. So an enterprise developer is just like a professional... So like, okay, so I get what Google is saying. If you're front end or you're full stack, you're a hack because you're not a professional. No one pays you to do the work because the industry is currently going through a downturn. But if you're a enterprise developer, it means you're getting paid. Nano Banana is either their image or video generation. Oh my god, I think you're right. Do you know why? I just remembered. On Twitch, I don't know if I can trigger the ad. I have to go somewhere that's like playing an ad on Twitch. I need to show you this fucking ad. I keep getting this ad. Lie malicious. Sure. Please play the ads. Are you playing ads? Please play ads. Please play ads. Play ad right now. Ad now. Fuck, she's not playing ads. Matara can. I love her too. Not in like the parasocial way, as in like I like their streams because they're extremely interesting to watch. Please play an ad, please. Play an ad. Please play an ad. Play an ad! Fuck. Chat, we need ads. Nyanners. She's gotten banned multiple times. I was there actually when she got banned for the... I was there. Funny fact about Nyanners, I was there when she got banned for the jerking off the banana thing. It was really funny. Play an ad, please. Can anybody play an ad on this platform? Can anybody play ads? Jerma! I actually wanted to play this game. I actually really wanted to play this game because it seemed fun. It's like a zombie game, but you also have to like deal with the quarantine zone. This is actually on my list to play this week. But now that German's done it, I'm gonna look like a copycat. Fuck. God damn it. I already bought the game. Does anybody play an ad? Stir. Please play an ad. I swear to God. Okay, well, the Nano Banana thing, it is an AI thing. It is an image and video AI because there's an ad that plays on Twitch every time I watch a streamer. And the ad goes like this. Hey, Dad. So it's a son and a father, and the son goes, "Hey, Dad, this app says you're dust." AKA, if you're dust, it means you're like garbage, like you're done. I don't know if it's like a Canadian slang, but it's I've only ever heard it in Canada. I've only ever heard it in Canada. So you're dust, okay? And then the dad goes, "What's that, son?" And then the son goes, "Says here that you have terrible stats of something 4 goals, 4 assists over like the 10-year season. If you get 4 goals and 4 assists in like a 10-year hockey season, you're like shit. You're like the worst player ever." So he used the AI and then he says, "Time to check out Google's latest Nano Banana." And this whole time, I was like, what the fuck is a Nano Banana? I thought he was just saying something quirky, like the same way that like influencers say quirky things. Like how people say like, "Boys!" You know what I mean? Like the way that like people say like these quirky phrases. So I was like, oh, this is just a quirky thing that it's saying. But it's an actual thing. I didn't know that it was an actual thing. That's a Nano Banana. It all makes sense now. Quarantine Zone seemed like an Unreal Engine asset flip, Urge, the generic metahuman Unreal People ad, and generic Unreal AI. UI. So yeah, so that was the one thing that like put me off of it. But then I saw the gameplay and I was like, even if it is an asset flip, it looks pretty fun. Like I don't know how to explain this. It's you know like Ark Survival? Like remember how Ark Survival looked like an asset flip game? But then you play it and it's actually kind of fun to have the like ride a dinosaur and stuff. That game sort of struck me the same way, where it's like it seems to have the right gameplay bones, but it just looks like a scam. And I remember the first one being pretty fun too, or cool too, but I never got to play it. And this one seems to have more gameplay, so I was like, ah. Anyways, what does a professional manager do with this? What's this? All right, wrap it up. This isn't for us. So, agent first view, code based research, code based research, or code based research. Both I can kind of get it. Huh? Okay, we made them, so he works at Google, and then okay, so literally, by the way, you could just do this yourself. You know what I mean? Like this is the like it's always these examples that I kind of think to myself like it's not that interesting though. Like I don't know, like all the examples that they seem to give, and like all the times that I've seen these things work, they've always failed when they get to the more complex end of the work, because this is all template stuff. If you can't do this with your next JS application, like you don't know how to do this bit of work, and you don't know how to actually like make a link, then you're kind of doomed in the first place, because this is like a thing that you can just look up in the docs, and it becomes muscle memory at some point, right? So it's like, but like these are the simplest cases where it obviously will succeed because it's pulling from the tutorial basically of the framework. But then when it gets more complex is when every horror story that I've ever heard of it failing starts to occur, where like authentication fails and people start to break into it, and like the whole model fails, and then all of a sudden you're extricating data that you shouldn't. Anyways, this seems shit. Sorry. How did we get here? Right, because of Linus. You fucker. Also, but yeah. Anyways, all this to say, I can't be mad at him for using AI, because of all the people to use AI, it's like he's busy. He's busy building. He's busy doing this. He's busy doing this. So like he can't really do this. What? This is the official upstream of the subsurface dive log. That was a dive log. I didn't know that he had so many different programs. Dive log software. Subsurface can plan and track single and multi-tank dives. What? Using air nitrox. Oh, it's literally for diving. Oh. I thought like a dive log was a cool term for going through your logs. Like I was thinking to myself, like, wait, that's sick. Like imagine you have an application that helps you actually drill down through various logs to try to help you correlate data between logs, because you might have one application log on one end, one application log on the other, and like having some way for it to like filter out data and then be able to like correlate different things based on different characteristics of the various logs to help you build like a fuller picture across like a multi-distributed service or something. I don't know. That's like a crazy fancy term that means I don't know what I'm talking about. That'd be kind of cool, but like I also kind of know about, because it's like sometimes you run an application and the backend is like a bunch of different services and the logs are all separate. Anyways, I thought it was something like that, but it's just for diving. It's some app for like divers. Yeah, I guess it's like okay, but this is the thing. Okay, I don't trust software in general. I don't trust software in general, right? I definitely wouldn't trust software to plan my diving based on the amount of air inside of a tank. But would you trust the software made by Linus Torvalds to help keep you alive? Because under that water, the only thing between you and God is Linus Torvalds, and I like he's good at what he does, but I also don't know if I don't know if I can like trust that. In the fall of 2011, when a forced lull in Linux kernel development gave him a chance to start a new project, Linux creator Linus Torvalds decided to tackle his frustration with the lack of decent dive log software on Linux. Lack of decent dive log software on Linux. Dive log software. Really? Really? There's a lot of these. This one looks like okay. This is a sketchy website. This is a sketchy website. It's called More Mobile Software. This is like the most scary website I've ever seen in my entire life. They haven't updated the copyrights for 2 years now. It's 2026. FAQ. All these programs have dived in the name. It's hard to keep track. What does what and who does it? Whether I bought a license, where can I purchase? How do I get? Why do I? Very true. It's not called blog. We're still here, 2023. From the Dive Log Manager. Happy World Ocean Day. We're taking this as an opportunity to update you. We're good at writing software. We're not very good at writing blog posts. Yes, we're still here. Yes, we still talk to people. Added AirSync. What is this? Trimx tools? Trimix tools. Trimix blending. Yeah, I guess there's nothing for Linux. It's just there for like Mac OS and Windows. Shark Marine Technologies. We have to check this stuff out. Divelog is the heart of many of Shark Marine's product lines. Integrates mission planning. Tactical tack screen. What the fuck? The tack screen was designed specifically for combat navigation to provide the operator with critical information in a glance, such as depth, speed, heading, and current. Oh my god, have I accidentally opened up like a military website? What's going on? Wait. Is this the shit that like the Navy SEALs uses for their missions to like shoot people from like from the water? What the fuck is this? What tactical navigation screen? Combat navigation. This is like some James Bond shit, man. As well as advanced dead reckoning using speed heading. Okay, the rapid breach profiling. What is Linus Torvalds doing on his day on the side, right? Because I've never thought about it, but like, yeah, a diver would be a very effective weapon. Sonar system. I think they literally make things for the military because this is the kind of stuff that this is the kind of stuff that I do see sometimes on these various shows about military tech that they talk about that they have. SAM. Sediment Accumulation Monitor. SSA. Shark Survey Assistant. What? Marine Surveying. This is a combat. Wait, what if they mean combat because they're in combat with the sharks? Wait, right? Because like they're not at combat with people. It could be that they're at combat with like fish. Because like, what if the fish is trying to kill you? Because it's not like the shark is not going to kill you. You know what I mean? Like the shark is going to fight you. So maybe they mean combat, as in like when you enter combat with a wild shark, we're here to save you. Our attack screen will provide you with all the necessary support to survive this shark attack. Like, look at this. Shark spotted. Shark at 330 knots west. Aim and fire. This is Diving Log 6.0. This is another Diving Log program. Bring clarity to your dives. Let's go English and then German. I'm curious about both. Let's go German, translate to English because I think that's funny. Diving Log 6.0 is the ideal software. Features. The logbook. Is this really German? Wait, is that actually German? That's German? It's so close to English. Or like, I mean, it makes sense. But like, man, like, I know what that word is. Like, I just know it. Logbook. I just know it. It's a logbook. That's cool. I never had that experience. I don't know how to say this. Learning Vietnamese, because it's my native tongue, kind of. It was my native tongue, and then I learned more English. And then learning English, because there's such different languages, you don't get this experience at all. Where you see a word and you recognize what the word is, because you can translate it one to one. You see a Vietnamese word, and you're like, what the fuck does this mean? You know? Or like any other word. But for German, like, look at this. What's the German word for import? It's just import. So easy. Export. Same thing. The Talkplatz card. What the fuck is that? This is a map? The report designer. Statistiken. You think I might be getting sidetracked. Sorry. Yes, I am. Sorry. But you see why I don't program much on stream? My random version of Micro Emacs with my private modifications. Wait, sorry. I just need to see this more. These 10 repositories. Wait. Subsurface for Dirk. What the hell's a Dirk? What the hell's a Micro Emacs? What? We only use Macro Emacs around here. Micro Emacs. We only use macro Emacs around here. You Dirk. Yeah, like this is weird. Sorry. Why is it based on an old version? 3.9e was the best of all micro Emacs. Okay, well, thank you, Linus Torvalds, for showing me that we're kind of dude. Anyways, the project so far. The project so far is in a state of disarray because I don't know what the fuck is going on. So, for instance, I think we go to source slash. I set up the Godot Rust thing, and I actually got the Godot Rust thing working to the point where I can actually make nodes inside the project, and it actually kind of like sets up nodes fine. For instance, this was a custom node that I made to pull in data, and I made them all as nodes because it has a life cycle thing. It's like the like lifetime thing of like the reference counting that Godot does. It's its own separate system, and I didn't want to have to like manually manage it myself. So I decided to make everything as nodes. That way, when the whole scene dies, like everything dies and the code doesn't break, it's easier for me to reason about if all the lifetimes are managed on the Godot side, right? But it's also just sort of the way that the language binding works is you make nodes and you attach logic to it. You also make free floating functions, and it just works fine. Like you can basically just write Rust, or you can use it with the engine, and it all works fine. Okay, so I set it up. You set up the extension, you do all the stuff, and you set up like a whole bunch of different things. I set up like a bunch of small little classes that do various things, and also like things for the UI, because I was curious to see how annoying it would be to do the UI within the UI, and let me tell you, it's very awful. But yeah, this is so far. I've actually gotten most of the, if not all of the FFT stuff done. So basically, this Stack Overflow post that was here, I'm currently on this step. No, I'm currently on this step, actually. This step. I've actually done this, and I've actually done this in multiple ways because for some reason, everybody has a different way of doing this, and I don't really know why. Because different things require different things. Like if you're making a spectroscope to calculate the spectrum, you do something differently. If you just need to know what the values are per the frequencies, you do it differently. So it's like there's different things I did, and again I'm using these two things to help guide me in terms of like how you're supposed to transform the process data and like the complex numbers that you end up with into something usable if you're trying to build an audio visualizer. But I've basically done all of that. And I have the magnitudes of them. I have the power spectrums. I have the square root thing. I actually need to square root this actually to do square root this. And now I just need to figure out how to actually use these. But basically, maybe I should start at the very beginning. The project, and Godot is interesting in that you can't just specify. I mean, this is true of anything. It's like audio I'm learning is very complicated because audio, without very particular handling of how it works, you can't just apparently access multiple devices at once. Apparently, you need to do something to allow you to do that in the way that, like, say, Voice Meter does. But by default, you can't just do that. You just kind of use whatever Windows gives you based on the SDK. As far as I can tell, Godot basically does the same thing that, like, anybody else would do on Windows, which is, like, they would just take it from Windows and you would use whatever it gives you. What's it called? The audio system? Sorry, I need to find the actual system that's called audio. Sure. I mean, this thing. So basically, you only really have like an input and an output device. And the whole point of this is to capture music, right? But the problem is that you can't capture an output device in Godot. As far as I could tell, you can't record an output device, at least when I tried it, but maybe I should try it now. But basically, Godot lets you specify an output device and an input device. You only get one at a time. You can't seem to access data from any of them that's not currently active. You can only have one active at any moment. As far as I can tell, maybe you can do more. Oh, you can capture on the output. Okay, maybe I should be doing this instead. But the way that I have it set up is because I'm using Voice Meter. I have a shit ton of other devices that I set up that you can actually hear. Maybe I can show this to you. I won't show you Voice Meter because it has a license file. Here we go. Voice Meter. I use this thing and I was like, okay, maybe it'll work for this. But it lets me, like, I can basically route the audio anywhere that I really care about, and it gives me like a shit ton of different devices for me to do so. And so I was gonna do that by having that be the only input being that one device that I put all the audio onto. But now that I know I can do the capture here, maybe I can just do this. But basically, you specify what your devices are, and then you hook it all up. And I basically take the data that's from this capture effect, which is currently applied onto this audio bus. And the bus is like an input or an output. I think this one's currently an output, or maybe, yeah, because this is going to whatever the default speaker is currently set up for the project, which you can change at runtime with the UI that I built. I'll talk about that later. And this thing just pulls that data in. FFT planner, is it here? I don't know, like FFT, self FFT. The code's really shit, mind you, but here we go. Basically, it gets the input from somewhere. It gets the input from the capture effect. The capture effect gives you the input on both the left and the right channel, processes it through this FFT library that I found called... So I'm not using FFTW because I didn't want to have to learn how to use that, and there was already examples of it being used here. So I used Rust FFT, which is what these two use, but I'm using a fork of it, which does the math for you to convert from real to complex, because I couldn't figure out how to do this, because the math to go from real to complex is just as simple as just having the real portion be the floating number and then the imaginary portion being 0. But apparently you have to do it in the right way, otherwise performance suffers significantly. So I decided to just use this, which is the same thing but in real. I don't know what the difference is between real and complex for FFT, but apparently that's very, very important. So I'm using that library, which does all that stuff, and you then process it by running FFT on it, which is the fast Fourier transform, which then gives you all the frequencies. And I did whatever I needed to do with the math base and all that stuff to figure out, to get like certain things. Like you get the power spectrum, you get the magnitudes. Now we're at the part where I don't know what to do with this data. Because I only just recently figured out what exactly FFT was doing when I finally intuitively understood it as. At any moment, because the way that it's always described is like it takes a time domain set of audio data and converts it into a frequency and magnitude domain or something, domain of data, which in my mind, I have an image of, instead of at a single moment, like right now, the sound that you hear, instead of it being like X, Y, let's say X is time, Y is like how much volume there is, it changes the axes of like X is what frequency is it, which frequency band is it, and then Y is what is the magnitude of that frequency. So now we have all this data of like all the frequencies, and I need to figure out how to use these in such a way that's like interesting. But I need to hook that up. So basically, that's where we are at now with this project. I just quickly whipped this up, and I was like, okay, I think this makes sense, but I have no clue. So now we're back on track, and we need to figure out how to use stuff. And boy, oh boy, just that alone was already confusing, and my head still hurts a lot. But basically, now we have this data, I was thinking of this. We have this data. We need to fire it off to various things that are going to use this. And again, my two example things that I wanted to do was a scene where you have a table, you have a record player, and you have just the four walls around you. So maybe just do this. Load up, just show the furry, just like load up. I don't care about, just show me. Oh yeah, the horse. Clear? New. Basically, it'd be kind of like this. You'd see. I know I'm drawing again, and I'm sorry for this, but basically the view would look kind of like this. It'd be a close up of the table. And then it'd be a table over here. You'd have like a radio player over here, right? And you'd have like you'd have like a knob on it right here. You have the antenna over here, right? And the whole point of it is that you would then be in a room with these four walls, kind of like this. And the walls and stuff, everything would shake according to according to the music being played. So if it's like heavy bass, the floor would jump upwards, and then this table would shake based on like the physics of it. Maybe I'm not sure if I want to do physics, but we'll see. The radio would also jump up too. The melody would change the lights on the radio, so it's like a bunch of like light bars here or something. These walls would like move around, shake, and more dust would fall based on different frequencies of different things. As the example scene that I wanted to get to, what I realized is that I need to somehow build a shader that's different for every single element in the scene, and also manipulate the things based on the audio data. So for instance, like if I want this whole thing to shake, how am I going to do that? Do I do it based on a based on the canned animation that I simply play, and I and it's pre-made that I play when it reaches like a certain point. Then how do I control the magnitude of it, right? So it's like there's still some questions around how I want to tackle that, but at least I need to get the data somewhere where it can then be used to do this stuff. So we have the data, probably not in the ways that we need it to be, but we have the data in some way. I was going to fire off a signal, which is in Godot's term, it's like the event system, and everyone who's listening to the signal will then react to it. And so I would have a signal that does the movement of the node. I'd have another. Not another signal. Another. What's the term for the consumer of a signal? But like another consumer of the signal that like writes a uniform for the shaders to work. So like I even have like an example shader somewhere, like something GD shader here, which I have no clue how this works. But like the idea was I was going to sample this like texture with it, but now I'm rethinking this to don't do this. Just pass in the uniform itself by setting the shader uniform directly with the values of the frequencies and their magnitudes. Please, for the love of God, where is the stupid column with fuck you? Uniform directly, and and their magnitudes with the values, with the frequency, with the frequency ranges and their magnitudes. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know really how to like. I don't even know how to like express the idea because I don't even know the terms. But it's like I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Such that the shader can read the one it cares about and react appropriately based on the strength of it. You know what I mean? Like it's like if it's a very heavy bass, it should react. It should make everything. It should make the walls like break apart much more heavily versus not, right? So the thing about the frequency thing, I didn't know actually how the frequencies are laid out. Like, it's like, I know when music sounds good. Like, we all know when a book is good, but it's a bit like writing where it's like, what is good writing? It's when you try to vocalize it and turn it into like a real concept that you have no clue. So, found a website. I actually found many websites. They all have different numbers. Every single one has a different number. But basically, yeah, this is what I got. It was just a range of numbers, and this is the amount of kilohertz that a sound should be, or maybe it's just hertz. And this is how many hertz it should be to be considered within this range of sound. So bass is apparently from 20 to 250 hertz. Mid-range is from 250 to 4,000. And also, again, you may notice that these are overlapping. So I don't even know if these are inclusive or exclusive. I actually don't know how any of this works. And the highs are from 4,000 to 20,000. But then I was thinking to myself, that doesn't make any sense, because wouldn't the high just be 4,000 to infinity? So anyways, this is all kind of confusing stuff. But that's what I want to do, is I want to get those ranges over into various things, give the values of like how much, I guess like whatever the magnitude represents, which I think is how much noise there is in that frequency range, like how strong is the signal at that point, aka how much noise there is. Because I think strength of an audio signal is related to its noise. I'm not really sure. But get that into shaders and even just like scripts that I can then write that will then affect things, that will then do things based on those values. Everyone good? Is everyone clear? Is everyone on the same page? Is everyone good? Is anybody passed out? If you are currently listening and you're wondering why your family member is currently watching me and is currently passed out frothing at the mouth on the floor, call 911, tell them and sell their computer, save them. Okay? Or just click the unfollow button. I don't know. But yeah, this is basically what I need to figure out. Because I don't know how any of this works. But at least I got this far, and we need to tweak this to make this a little bit better, because there's a lot of math that goes into how you might want to do different things. Because this example and this Stack Overflow question sent me on this rabbit hole. There's multiple ways that you can represent data, like audio data. There's oscilloscopes, there's spectroscopes, there's vectorscopes. There's a lot of different scopes that you can do. And even synesthesia has that graph that I showed you, the audio uniform, and they even describe these audio, and they even have like different types of these uniforms for you to use that apparently have different things. For instance, red channel is the raw. This one is, but then this one's processed. And apparently, I need to apply bin smoothing and temporal smoothing and stuff. And you can actually see visually that it looks very different. So, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be very complicated for us to figure out, but what to figure out how this works. There's levels, there's hits, there's presence, there's like beats per minute. There's like a whole bunch of things that I want to match with this to get it to be as usable as what this is, but with the full flexibility of effectively a game engine that I can do something like this, and it's easy to do and intuitive to do by simply taking the values that are there that you can subscribe to then use. I just don't know how to do any of this. And my initial test, I actually tried to figure out how to write the data to like a texture to see it, and I couldn't get anything coming out of the input. So I'm gonna need to figure out how this works. Also, it's been about like 4 days since I wrote this, so I don't actually know what I wrote. So just give me a second. I need to figure out what it's doing exactly. So wait, so this is the capture effect that it needs. Good thing I documented this. How much audio data should be analyzed at any given time? How many buffers? I guess like to do is really how large the sample should be. This is the capture effect. So you need to set the capture effect on the thing. Why is there a material? Where's the material? I don't think this is up to date. Yeah. Also, so anyways, so while I'm building this, the Godot resting cannot be compiled. What? The Godot resting has actually been very, very good. It's actually been very, very simple to get started. And it's very easy to understand. Like, a lot of the things that they do are very interesting. Like, I really enjoy the way that they do, especially these pieces where they do the self.base, I guess is the way to say it, where they do the way for you to interact with the Godot side versus like the rest side. It's very understandable, and it's very hard to make a mistake with. Like, it throws an error if you're trying to do something that it shouldn't be capable of doing. They've somehow done a lot to make it easy to reason about when something is immutable on either side of like the rest side or the Godot side, and to be able to interface with it in a very natural way. But yeah, so sorry, what was I looking at? So this thing can't build. Why? Because it doesn't have a subscribe. Oh yeah, right, sorry. I remember the subscribe thing. I was trying to get away from using signals, but I couldn't get away from using signals because signals, you can't add lifetimes to anything in the rest. I was reading a bit of the topic and I don't really understand why, but you can't. So I was initially going to go with my own subscription system that's like, just like any others, right? It's like any kind of subscription system. You just pop like a function pointer in. You call that function pointer when it's ready. You just set the lifetime to be some XYZ. Can't do that. I was gonna make the lifetime of the audio analyze thing like basically the entire lifetime of the program. Couldn't do that because you can't specify lifetime. So I need to move it to signals. Right. So okay. So now, so what's this? It even has hot reloading, which was surprising to me. Okay, so that's the buffer size. All right, how do you get the capture? How does this even do the capture? Sorry. So it also does a mapping. So the Godot resting also does a really good mapping of like the Godot concepts to like the rest side. I need to change this music. Sorry, this music's fucking me. Sorry, just give me a second. What the fuck is this song? What's a good song to play here? That's a good song to play here. Oh, you know what? I really like this album. It's not Vietnamese. This is more like ambient jazz. It's Nalis and Afro. Space 1.8. Space 1.8? Yeah, I think so. Wait, actually, since I'm already doing this, I'll just BRB. I have to get some more ice for my drink. While I was getting ice, I was thinking about what to eat later. Sorry. And I realized, like, because my wife and I went to the grocery store and we got Schwartz, frozen Schwartz. Sorry, that was like a detour, but I really gotta point this out here because I really messed up. Like Schwartz deli smoked meat packages. Does that have to be frozen? It doesn't have to be frozen, right? But we got this. I don't think it needs to be frozen, but I'm not really sure. Smoked meat packages, and Schwartz is like a very well-known sort of like smoked meat sandwich that you get in Montreal. Very classic. The thing is that I realized I have no mustard for it. I'm actually going to be very sad because without the mustard, it's just sort of like done, and I don't really know what to do, and it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Because like I really wish I had the mustard to go with it, because the whole point of the flavor is it is the mustard. You know what I mean? Like you need the mustard and you need the pickle, and I messed up by not getting neither mustard nor pickle to go with it, because the whole combo is you get it like on the bread. You get it like you go down, you like get it from the store. They serve it with like a pickle and like mustard on it, and maybe a little bit of like horseradish on the side or something. It tastes so good, but I messed up. Anyways, let's how do you actually okay, so how does this work? How did I even get the data in the first place? And now that I know that I can capture data from output, maybe I can just get data from output. Maybe we can just test that now. Because if I can just get data from output, I can just get the master bus, the only audio bus, which I think has to be here, because you can't delete this. You can just capture this. But what does it hear? How do you capture desktop audio? Actually, wait, Godot, how capture desktop audio? The only thread was from a year ago on Reddit with 3 upvotes and no answers. I think I remember why I went with the input model now. I think I remember why. I think I did test this. Because the problem is that it's whatever's coming from the game, but not from any other source. It's not just any noise on your desktop. I don't think you can do... Well, you could do that if you just drop down into writing your own thing, but I'm trying to do everything within Godot, so it's easy to test and run on any machine if I ever need to. Because if it's exposed within Godot, then it should be exposed on every single platform that Godot supports, and then it's easy to run in any which way. Because I still don't know if I want to run this on in like a browser or something, or if I just want to run it as an application. But let's see how this works in physics. So I set up the planner. It was also very poorly, I guess, like organized too. I think the only bit of organization that I did was like around here to make myself aware of why did I save this? Oops. Why is that comment there? Sorry. So, but okay. So bus factor. Why did I name this the bus factor? What input get bus index? Oh right, I named this the bus factor as a joke because I'm like, oh, it's like the bus factor, but this is actually the audio bus. Just name it the audio bus. This is the audio bus. The audio server, right, gets the audio server. You get the bus index. The input bus name was audio input, which was there before, but now let's try master and see if it works. I need to put this somewhere where I can, view it all based on whatever it is. Was which hotkey was it? I think it was this, yeah. So we get the audio bus index. It's an index? Audio bus index. We get the capture effect from it. I forgot how weird this is. Because in Godot, to get the bus effect, you have to like specify the bus index, and you just get the effect by the index. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's kind of scary to do so. Because if you do it incorrectly, like if you just do like a 3 and there's no 3, I'm pretty sure it just crashes. Like if I do it right now, it doesn't crash. Well, it'll crash for other reasons. It's actually not even running. Wait, just hang on. Sorry, what? But if I do it like this, yeah, it should just break. Yeah, see? Well, it won't crash, but it's like, see? It's out of bounds. So, audio, maybe I should just keep that. Also, can I say something? Does anybody know how to make this thing work too? Like, so, sorry, this is also like a good time to ask this. NeoVim... I'll just show it here. NeoVim has this thing called make program, which is like very, very useful because you can do something called the make command, which then runs the program to like make the project. I can't get this thing to work with Cargo. Apparently, this should just work if you use like a regular make file, and it can actually populate your quick fix list as well as your error list and stuff. Like it actually populates all the various lists that you would use to like do things. Like if you have like a quick fix, you can actually go to each and every single one and then fix them all up. Like, it's pretty handy. But I can't get this to work for Rust. Has anybody ever been able to get this to work for Rust, or is this feature, like, just completely unknown? Am I the only one who, like, tries to use this stuff? Because I really miss from Emacs compilation mode, which is really, really good. I really enjoy compilation mode because I really enjoy the way that you can just compile, see everything, go to the direct file that's been affected, that might pop up like an error from it, and then it's all within one interface versus having to go to like a separate terminal, which I'm opening one in NeoVim, but it doesn't matter. Be honest, how often have you been distracted? I'm currently distracted now. Thank you for reminding me not to be distracted. Thank you, thank you. Why do I care about this? Audio effect is class? Why do I care about this? Allow changing buffer size init. The audio effect capture will be pulled for data for audio input. Why do I init this? Run manual init on. Oh right, because I'm initting. It's like so in Godot Rust. Hashtag distracted. Is there like a counter thing? I don't know. Nightbot.tv. Log in with Twitch. Sure. Commands. Distracted. Nightbot command docs. How do you write JavaScript in this shit again? Sorry, test. Wasn't there? I swear I had a command that like actually had. I think it was this one. User eval. Here we go. Eval. $. Oh god, it's like PHP. Sorry, distracted. $. Eval DNS. You got me there. There's also IP address or something. Eval, and then how do you do random numbers within JavaScript again? MDN random numbers. Like what's the math.random? Right here we go. Math.random. Sure, I'll just copy you. Get random integer. Sure. Eval, and then I think I can just do this. There we go. Eval, get this. Okay. Let times distracted. Oh god, this is awful. Equals get random int 69. And how do you actually return data from this? Sorry, register. You have to return it. I think you just return it. I think it's like the last thing that you have as the final statement gets returned. So if I do distracted, how do you do the user thing? Sorry, it's basically the exact same as the register. $@user has been. Wait, sorry. Register. This is probably corresponding with this one. Invalid variable. Okay, wait. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. What? Eval function. Eval user. Sorry. Wait. Has been distracted. And then this amount times. So wait, so this semicolon, this statement semicolon closes that scope. Let times distracted equals this ends this, and then I pass back times distracted. Or maybe I just call this. Maybe instead of assigning it to a variable, I can just call this and it should give me the result. Because I think it just evaluates it and it just gives me it. Times. Object. Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, try it now. I don't know if this. I have no clue if this works. We're getting distracted here, chat. But we're perfect. So it's a number between 0 and 69. We have no clue how many times. It's not even the counter is correct. 5 head. Maybe we'll do like, I don't know, 69 times. I guess that's good enough. 69, 67, 420. You know what I mean? What are the odds that it gets to 67? Okay, anyways, so back to what I was doing. I don't want to program and stream anymore. I don't want to. Sorry, the music is also too low. I don't want to program and stream anymore. I actually don't know how people do it. I genuinely. I just don't get it. Every time I try to, it's just too difficult. 6, 7. I learned it's not. So I finally watched the video from that linguist who I didn't know. That's the linguist on the case from that one rapper who like talked about the people that he killed, and sort of like and then they successfully argued that like the music shouldn't represent reality. Like the music is fictional and it's like a piece of art and it shouldn't be used as like evidence, right? But when I watched the video, I learned a lot about the phrase and how it wasn't from a basketball player. It's actually been warped from its original roots from like Philadelphia, I think it was from an artist who like made a song, a drill song. I think was it drill or was it a different genre? Fascinating stuff. Anyways, so self dot capture effect 14 implementations. No, the I actually don't. So I actually don't know why it says 14 implementations because like I've only implemented this maybe like once. Also, where do you see 14 implementations? Why is this 14 implementations? That should be impossible. What is it implementing? What is it implementing? What implementations? Maybe it's this. Oh yeah, line 29. Wait, yeah. Why is it saying 14? It's also kind of weird, shaky. You know, like sometimes it shakes into multiple. Oh, I can't click. See, this is the one time when I would like to use a mouse. It's freaking the fuck out. I think it counts all implementations across all usages of the code base. I'm assuming it's saying implementations as in this, because even the implementation blocks for it are only 2 of them. That's weird. I don't know. Well, I'll figure that out after. So I get the capture effect. But then what do I do with the capture effect? But this is the thing that I pull audio from. Right, I get the buffer based on the frames, based on the frame size, because the buffer size is important. And the buffer size has to be a power of 2. Because apparently some FFT algorithms are faster for 2. The over design cursor distracts you with this animations. That's the whole point. This whole thing is designed to... The entire thing is designed to be like an overload of like visuals. It's designed to like overwhelm the viewer in order to make you feel how it feels like for me to have to program with someone over my shoulder talking. What the hell are all of these windows? You don't need to know. You don't need to know. Perfect. Why are we on the Pokemon desk now? It's working. It's working. You feel the same way that I feel. Look, they're playing Metroid Zero Mission. Oh man, that's good. That's actually really good. That's actually really good. This is exactly what I wanted from it, right? It's like, because like when I program, the visual, the like mess that I get into emotionally and mentally, like this is what it feels like to be on my end as you're trying to figure out what's like going on. It's it's actually like a 1-to-1 representation. Also, the person playing this game sucks. I feel like I can play this a lot better. This is the intro of Zero Mission. You go in here, yeah, and you get the long beam upgrade. You then use the long beam to escape from this, because otherwise you have a short beam and it doesn't let you go out. Anyways, so I use this and I get the buffer. What does this even do? Where's the Godot docs? How do I get to the documentation? Capture effect. Can I even find this? Your search did not match any documents. Okay. Class references. Capture. Audio effects. Audio effects capture. The capture effect captures the frames. Is there like a different documentation I should be looking at? Why am I in the tutorial section? Note that audio playback. This is mentioned in the tooltip. Is there engine details class reference globals? Oh, here we go. Audio. Oh wait, it's over here. Capture. Audio effect capture. Here we go. So yeah, I don't know. You get the buffer based on the number of frames that you want to sample. X is for left. Yeah, X is left channel. Y is right channel. I really should handle left and right because I do need to process both. I process both. Do I process them both at the same time? Yes. And then I pass them through to the signal. I think that would make sense. But yeah, so that's how this works, is I get the capture effect, and then I capture whatever is on that audio bus, which will then get the data of whatever is going through the audio bus. The problem, I remember now, the reason why I use the audio input capture specifically for the audio input is because this master bus I can't just route anything that I want to it. I don't think I can. Like, I can't just capture my own device because I couldn't find anything on that. You have to like set a specific device, and this output is only the output of whatever's here. So, for instance, if I just log this, I'm pretty sure. Hawk to it. Hawk to it. How about just get the raw buffer? If I do Godot print just so I can like find it after stream scenes raw audio data, and then I don't know, should be okay. Just pop it in there, and then raw buffer. I sure hope this thing has a format. Oops, it can be formatted. Perfect. Because I'm pretty sure what I ran into was that you can't just put any output onto there, because the output only includes what you output from the game, and it's not really a capture thing. Yeah, because I'm playing the music right now. The audio should be coming through here, but it doesn't because it's not an input. It's just an output from the game. Whereas, like, if I play a sound effect, do I even have a sound effect? What? Do I even have? I do have an example sound effect, actually. Wait, hold up. Um. Uh. Uh. Here we go. This is a good sound effect, surely. I don't know. SFX. Let's do like SFX. Oh shit! Oops. The SFX. Drop this here. Surely this thing should just pull in. It should be fine, right? You can't handle MP4s. Fuck you. Godot import MP4s. Import audio. Importing audio samples. WAV, OGG, Vorbis. Oh man. MP3 files, WAV files use light. Here's a comparative chart. How do you do MP4 to WAV? Maybe I just find like a .wav file. Chills scary background music. What the hell is insanity.wave? Open with? Cut the music. I think okay, I remember that stream. I think we went a little bit insane. I remember that stream. I remember we went a little bit insane doing that segment over and over. What does this come for me? That's good actually. That's a really good sample. Yeah, it's really good. Can I import this? You've been inspired. Follow inspiration circle for more distractions. Wait. Let programming streams be set inside a virtual scene that recreates a university's public computer room. Streamer saying they're programming his little Tor chat looking over his shoulder. Some guy in an overdose of energy is cramming for an exam. He's gonna fail for sure. But it's the students hogging the printer because they think it's necessary. Okay, I actually was thinking of doing this in VR chat, actually. That was my original idea, but I didn't set up Steam VR again, so I had to re-download everything. But yeah, I was actually thinking of doing the programming chats. So my original idea for the programming chats was a co-working world. So it would be like everybody would join VR chat, and it'd be like silent library where I had to like not be distracted from what I'm doing by the people in the instance talking to me. I was gonna make it a public instance too to see like who would just show up. You know what I mean? Just to like see what like happens. But then I realized I don't know how to share my screen except for doing the Steam VR overlay, which I usually do to make it possible. But the problem is that like I was hoping for a system inside the game itself, which doesn't exist. So I was like, maybe I should do something else. And also because the risk of people saying things. But I still do think it'd be funny to do within VR chat. But I also like this one more because this one's even better. Because a university public computer room is actually kind of a sick look for it. And I like the idea of like paid actors playing specific character archetypes. Is there even like a university computer room world? University? How do you search? University computer room. There's a very specific search term. University. College University Tycoon. Oh my god. Xiamen Jime University Town Art Center. What the hell is this? Xiamen Jime Ator Jiamin. If Hogwarts was China, this would be at. What is this? Remember that viral video of some schoolroom playing the Gandalf laugh on every computer? Someone recreated that on every on your chat. Wait, really? Holy shit! Gandalf computer university rendering at 5 a.m. That's what that one was called. It's on VRChat. Thank you. Rendering at 5 a.m. What the hell is this? I'm not really sure either. I'm not really sure either. Okay, well, VRChat rendering at 5 a.m. Also, I need to kill the file explorer. VRChat rendering at 5 a.m. Wait, is it gone? Another VRChat video we made at 5 a.m. Chat, this is like the only result that I found. Why is this thing playing at like max speed? Oh my god. Well, that was the name of the video. Maybe what has the name? Rendering at 5 a.m. VRChat. This thing, right? I recreated rendering at 5 a.m. What is this? What is this video? Is he taking a shit? Wait, why is it zoomed into his feet? Oh no, please. He didn't even wipe. I recreated rendering at 5 a.m. at 10 p.m. But yeah, we have to find the world. If you have the world in your list, please find it and share it. Please. I know it's a lot to do, but please. We have to go to that world. Because this is the original meme. I would love to be in this world trying to program. I think it'd be funny. I also love the funniest thing about this, right? Is that like the render result, I don't know what the fuck program this is, but I've never seen a render look like this. So I'm like, what are they rendering? I think they're rendering like an entire video, but like in a way that I've never seen before. Because like now when you render things, you just get like a progress bar, right? But like this is like the olden days when you would get like every single detail of what's happening. And there's even like this like press the escape key to stop playback. There's and these different like tools. Yeah, bouncing ball rigs. Exactly. Like it sounds like a low level thing. Yeah, exactly. Because like what even is the MB file format? And what is the Arnold renderer? Arnold renderer. This is Autodesk. But this is like the whole thing. Sorry, give me a second. I have to text my wife. God, this is such a vibe. I really enjoy this. But yeah, that's what we need to do. We have to find this world. What the fuck? There's more to the video? I honestly, every single GIF of this video ends here. Every single GIF of the video ends here. So I didn't know that there was more. Or like every single copy of this video ends there. Oh my god, there's a person. I didn't know that it continues. What the fuck is this desk layout? Sorry, what is this desk layout? Look at this. Normal dining table, kind of. It's like in the corner, but still, it's like a group dining table, right? Has a shield for science experiments. Has another desk in front of it, kind of like a baby bib thing. You know what I mean? So it has like a plastic shield. Another desk, an office chair. It's in the middle of a kitchen with a microwave and a fridge and a sink. Like this is the kitchen room, and there's also there's glue. There's a stick of glue. What the fuck? That's not even like a printer. This is glue on the countertop. And then it goes, this is the actual printing room. It goes to the back here. So it goes into a weird office. And it goes to a different room. What the hell? I didn't know this was like a whole, I've never seen the second portion of this. Ever. I've never even heard someone laugh. Distracted. It's actually a pretty accurate number if you think about it. That's amazing. I've never seen the full thing. Thank you for getting me on this because I've never seen the full thing. I need to change the music too. I know which album I know exactly which album to go with. We need to figure this out. We need to figure this out. Chad, does any of you know a neighborhood in New York? Like, just give me the name of a neighborhood in New York. Because the album is basically a bunch of names of New York neighborhoods. Never mind, I found it. It's a beautiful album. It's Wyoming by Elijah Fox. Really, really nice, almost like a piano jazz album. And also he has another album called New York, I think. So, what is that world called? VR chat rendering at 5 a.m. world. Let me close this example, because now you know what the example is. Video chat rendering it's rendering at 6 a.m. What? Okay, now I'm confused. Is it this world? I don't know why YouTube always does this on Firefox, but YouTube and Firefox, it's like trying to do something and it breaks. You like spam the button to get it to like work. Like just play. Come on. Please just play. Please just play. Please. Why is it doing this? Have I hit my quota? Have I hit my quota and I'm no longer allowed to do this? You don't think it was the one that you saw? Yeah, this one doesn't seem that so good. We go back. Early in the morning? The most immersive VR chat worlds. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, back. Yeah, but man, I wish the worlds were named in a way that would make sense too. Because like, if it's not named rendering at 5 a.m., what is the world named, right? Because like, what other thing could you possibly call it if not rendering at 5 a.m.? Like, this is the only like, how is this possible that we just can't find it? But we are gonna do the university thing. I do think that the university thing would be kind of interesting as like a funny thing to do. I think us being in a university could be cool. What the fuck is this? Virtual reality campus, Yeontrol Park, Pongik University Station Exit 3. That's in South Korea. Wheezy Streamer University Campus. What? My Hero University Hub, College University, Hoodlums University. What? Wongshik University Stage. What? FPT University VR Exhibition 1. Abandoned University Project. AWB University. This one. With this one. With this one. These are all possible candidates for what your idea was, which was just me getting distracted. Like I am now. I'm getting distracted now, chat. We have to move on. But I do want to see how this thing works. So it's not getting any audio data. But if I... that's the whole reason why I was trying to find the thing so I could get the file in there. Sorry. I remember now what I was doing. Sorry. I got lost in the sauce. What was it called again? It was called comefrome.wav. Comefrome.wav. There we go. So if I just play this on loop, what happens? Can I even play this on loop? How do you play this on loop, actually? How do you play this? Error loading audio stream. Yeah, no shit, man. Audio player? Yeah, audio stream player. Plays an audio... There we go. Yeah. New audio stream WAV. The format. Loop. Begin. Loop end. I don't know. How do you change the file? How do you change the file of the thing that you want to play in this thing? When you like stick this thing? How do you like actually use this? How do you play the audio stream player? Audio stream player. Audio stream player. Use the stream. The stream has to be set to a valid node. Audio streams. As you might have already read in audio buses, audio sent to each bus via an audio stream player node. Yeah, different kinds of audio stream. Wait, via an audio stream player node, right? And then there's an audio stream player node for like input, so I could just play it to the master bus. I don't even need a separate bus. Audio stream player. Okay, so you said an audio stream player, such as the thing importing audio sample files. You can place a different audio stream from a list of streams each time it's played back. Huh? The audio stream is most... Okay, yeah. WAV files. WAV files use light. Okay, how do you actually use it? Using an example, importing as... Okay, so it's imported. Yeah, sure. Import options. Okay, sure. Doing my loop. Import options. Okay, sure. How do you use it? Fuck it. Well, I just want to test what exactly this is. And you know what? Maybe it's even easier because thinking about it, I can just use the audio player. I can just do this instead. Audio stream player. I've seen an audio... This is the audio input, which is the microphone. I'll just do it myself. The bus will go to the master. This already should be hooked up because I'm pretty sure if I go into project settings, the input should just be whatever it is. Is it here? Globals, general, uh, audio, buses. Default playback type, channel disable time. What? Enable input. This requires the permissions to. Well, I guess if I just start speaking, it should just work. Testing, testing, testing. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3. It has worked. How did I even set this up in the first place? I swear this was working. Last time I was here, this was working, but now I don't know if that's true. If true, this node is playing sounds. Call this node calls play. What? I have to play the play. Hello, hello, hello. What the fuck? I hear myself. Yeah, but that's not what I want to do. I know what they sound like. I want you to go through the audio bus. Mixed target, playback type, stream. Force the playback to be sampled as a stream, lower latency, more stable playback. And cost of hello. The voices in my head. Sorry, I was getting confused. So how do I actually get this thing to actually like pull the data from it? Because it was going through, even without the playing. I mean, I can probably see it here, but how do I see like live audio? How do I see like the live audio values from the bus? How do I see? Maybe I can just get the bus itself. Like, can I just get the audio bus itself and just see what it does? Audio bus. Bustin' makes me feel good. Get bus channels. What does this do? This gives me an integer. It returns the number of channels. Get bus volume. Here we go. It returns the volume of the bus. I guess that's just the volume though. Peak volume. Is bus effect enabled? Is it? What do you mean effect enabled? Is it enabled? It should be enabled, yeah. Why would it not be enabled? It's playing. I mean, it's playing to master, which says it's going through there. Set bus volume. Move bus. Is bus effect? Get mix rate. Get bus volume dB. Get bus. But it's not going through the effect. Why? How do you actually like use this thing? How do you actually use the capture effect if that's not how it works? Unless my code is just wrong, but my code literally is just pulling it directly from it, right? So it can't possibly be wrong because I'm just pulling it from the capture effect. Oh, and I'm also getting past this problem of like, is the buffer length 0? Which I don't even... Wait, don't do this. Why did I say don't do this? I think self-input.clear. Right, because this is the buffer that I'm using to process the thing. I'll have to fix this too, because that's a bad check. The floating point number, this would never be true. Sorry, so wait, so what? I swear I had this working last time, but because like that was like 4 days ago, I don't know anymore. I just want to get the audio through, and I just want to see the audio data come through. Whatever this data is. Or maybe literally when I print it, maybe there's a formatter for it, so it can't work it. But it's just XY. You know what I mean? Raw audio data, and if I go to audio analyzer, it's just an array. It's a packed array. Oh, packed array. Maybe I could do .to vector. There we go. Just do that for now. Doesn't implement format.display. Oops. Wait. Actually, I can just do this. There we go. Sure. Oh wait, that's gonna break the rest of the code. I think, right? Variable? No, it's fine. Oops, don't try to write this. Okay. Testing. No, it still doesn't work. Okay, wait, so what's the point of the capture effect? Sorry. How do you actually use the capture effect? What is the capture effect? Capture. Effect, capture. See, now we're not getting distracted. But now I have more ideas of how to do this. Next time we'll do this live in VR chat, and we'll try to do like a full-on like fake co-working space, okay? What bacon and eggs are RL? Can this record the output of the bus after processing other effects on said bus? And they answered themselves. The answer is yes, as long as the capture effect is applied after other effects. If they have to answer their own question, is that a good or a bad sign? Get discarded frames, get buffer, returns, get some next frames audio samples. Wait a minute, I know exactly why. This is 0. Oops. Okay, just I don't have to stop this from ever happening ever again. if buffer size equals 0, Godot error. I even had that. I even had that to do so I could remember to do this. Buffer size on audio analyzer is 0. Should be set to something or this doesn't work. There we go. And then now I just need to get the raw this thing undo. I mean, keep that. Don't do the 2vec thing because the packed array gets converted anyways under the hood. And then there we go. Should be good. And then I still need to fix that, but that's okay. That's why. Because you need to specify a buffer size beforehand because it works because you I don't know why you need to plan the FFT. Like I don't need to know. Like I still don't understand why you plan a fast Fourier transform other than it's a way to select the most appropriate algorithm because there's different types of algorithms that perform differently based on the scenario, based on how large your buffer size is for pulling audio from your input. But I don't know if that's true, because as far as I can tell, there's no way to confirm or deny that without going into the source code of the thing, and that's a little bit too complicated for me. There we go. Overflow. Output less text. Maybe I should go for like, I don't know, like 12. Testing. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Hello. Okay, it still doesn't change though. So I'm getting the data, but it doesn't go through. Why doesn't it go through? Because the bus isn't playing. So bypass. The hell's a bypass? What? What's a bypass? Wait, what? Godot audio bus bypass. There's no documentation. Advanced post processing. This is for the post processing of the of the visuals. Bypassing effects. Is bus bypassing? So bypass is literally whether or not it's bypassing the effects themselves. Okay. Can I do this without hearing myself? Like, can I do mute, but it still shows up? Because I know if I do this, it's probably going to hear itself, and it works. Nothing's actually being reported. Okay, I don't like hearing myself. But if I do, like... Wait, if nothing's ever being reported, what exactly is it doing? What exactly is it doing? If... It's the voices! The number never changes. Oh, thanks, Schizo. Hey, Mint, look. All of your old tags are going pretty well, eh? All of your old tags, they're seeing heavy use here. Very heavy use. So how the fuck do you get the audio from this? Maybe you literally do need it to be a different bus. If I just add a bus. Test input. And I just do like test input. And I put this thing over into test input. So I get the input. I put it into test input. I then delete this effect. I then add this effect over here. Sorry, I'm just so confused. Master? Why is this tag to master? The hell is an O tag? I don't know how to explain this, but our resident emote artist, and I don't know what an O tag is, but it's just a specific type of meme, which is the thing that you used. So like O tag Schizo is one of the many O tags that's there, and it's from our resident artist. They've made what happened to all your O tags? It's Gato backwards. Thank you. It's Gato. They made a shit ton of these. Look at this. It's literally like a whole page of O tag. I don't know why they made so many O tag army, O tag jester. Wait, O tag jester. Is this new? No. We have it. Okay, we have O tag jester, O tag king. What happened to O tag queen, Chad? Where's the O tag queen? Because you have like the king, the queen, and then the like jester. You thought the car thing was bad enough. What car thing? What's a car thing? Car thing? But look, you have O tag curse, O tag IO, gag. I really enjoy gag. Gag and auto are my two favorite ones. Because the idea of it being like, you know, like symmetrical, that's kind of funny. Car as in misspelling of cat. Oh yeah. I mean, the car one is very good. O tag wizard still peak 1,000 channels using it. What? Holy shit. Wait, chat, how come you're famous but you let me talk down to you? How come you're famous but you let me talk down to you? Why did you take this from Deadlock? Why did you take Viscous? It's literally Viscous from Deadlock. Where's the wizard? Am I crazy? I can't see a wizard. I think the O-Tag wizard is currently invis. Did they cast the invis spell? Where are they? Oh look, Melange. I'm the only one using this. It's zero emote, so it gets overlaid. Oh no shit. Wait, that's sick. Wait, oven gay? Is it a real emote? I don't know why I searched this. Wait, sorry. Where's oven gay? We have to use that. Sorry, we have to also. Okay, we're gonna use that too. Some emotes are going to die, and it's sad, but they have to die. Loading. I think some of the ass emotes have to go away. Oh no, it's not loading. Why? What's wrong? Okay, you come on. Frog spin. That one's really good. Bot. That one's also really good. I think Donk Sass and Joel Yasko. I've never seen these ever used. They're extremely good, but they've basically never been used. Go. You disappear as well. We now take oven. Sorry, we now take oven gay. What does it mean by private? Oh, emote is private. Ah, man. Oh, only you're allowed to use it. Oh man. All right. I'll just take your. Also, I like how you had to re-upload it because you misspelled one. I like you. Wait, they don't let you like fix the like spelling of it. Glorp 0. Okay, so now if you do Glorp 0, so if you do O-Tag Wizard and then Glorp 0, does that work? He's trying his best. Chat, look, he's trying his best. It looks like he has his eye in the scope of a sniper rifle about to shoot you. You want private? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, now we have oven gay. Holy shit, chat. Maybe we should do cooking streams now. If I do cooking streams, can you please spam oven gay? He does it wrong. He's right. So, Otek Wizard. Holy shit, you are at 1,000. And look, you have a moderator. You have a moderator using it too. Holy shit, chat. You're actually in. This moderator has been the only reason that my emotes have somehow made it. Like shit. Actually, Kathy was for this one. But Rock? Kira types really liked Rock. And Yum. I think Yum was also Kira types. Look at that. You have the best. We have all the moderators are really good. But Kira types, they know what's up. They know what's up. Holy shit. It's even being used for Annie TF. Or Annie now. Who else do we know here that is using this? Ellis. I actually see the name Ellis here, and I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming that you make stuff for them. NMP LOL, GG. Some of these names I recognize. Some of them I don't. Vegas. Squeaks. Holy shit, chat. You're in. You know what's funny though? Is that like, what if like you're banned in some of these chats, and it's like, but they're using your stuff. What if you're banned? Because the thing is that here, like, you're actually really nice over here, right? All of you are really nice here. But I don't know how you are in different channels that you might be banned. Holy shit, you're even on the Meat's channel. Wow. Chad, you're actually famous. McLannister? I don't know if that's a good last name. Annie has it in her background as well. No shit. How do you go to this channel? Wait, this feels weird. Like, I feel like I'm stalking. It's fantastic. Life in plastic. You can touch my hair. Touch me everywhere. On the plastic. And the immigration. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Yeah. Wait, what's like the background? You mean this background? The one that's like blindingly bright? The one that's like just a giant white square that blinds it burns my eyeballs? How do you see like what background? Holy moly, her avatar is interesting. Stream background. The room. Oh, the room. Wait, isn't this just Moist Critical's room? Twitch.tv. Wait, this is a sick room actually. Wait, that's so cool. Okay, if she would move, I could see. On the left. Am I blind? Where? I see a wet... That's a pretty good wet floor sign. I actually really like that wet floor sign. Wait, this is sick. She has such a sick room, actually. She even has the faker chair That's actually such a sick design for a room. Oh, you see it? Where? Is it the dinosaur? Okay, put it in relation to the fox. Where is it in relation to the fox? I see different O tags on the wall, or like a cat emote. I see Ermj. Is it Ermj or like Erm? I see the scared emote. I like the scared emote. I see the Gachi. Oh, I see it. Oh my god. Chat, you're there. Oh my god, chat, you're famous. Look, chat, you're actually famous. You're an O tag wizard on the wall of Annie. How's it make you feel, chat? Chat, you're an accomplished person. So every time, so it's and again, it's funny because like you're one of the 3 people who actually try to program here. So every time that you struggle with React in here and you talk about the fact that like, oh, like React doesn't make any sense, and you talk about that the pain is like real, just know you're in the background of an Annie stream. You still feel poor. That's because you're poor. No, but I get it though. Exposure doesn't pay. Like exposure doesn't do anything for you. Like exposure really doesn't actually like change anything for you. Everywhere I go, everything reminds me of you. Well, where are they now, huh? They're poor. That's where. They're poor. I need to change this. I really should have a selector for this instead, where instead of having the name hard coded, was it emote? Kiss a Homie featuring Jack Black. I forgot that I had that. I just don't know why this thing doesn't get the values. But I swear this thing was working last time, and then when I changed it to use the master bus, it broke. I shouldn't have changed anything. I should have changed nothing. Testing. Hello. Turn it off. Sorry. Testing. Hello. Yeah, see, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't pull any data. Well, pulls 0 data, but the X channel should be the one channel. So it doesn't pull it, and there's no data coming through on this. But why? But I hear myself. It's playing. It's a microphone. Audio stream player microphone. Oh, audio stream player. Bus? No, but it should be going to the bus. All sounds from this node, we're playing on this bus. Maybe the capture effect just doesn't work. Does the capture effect just not work, maybe? Mute? Mute. Does that matter? Hello, testing, 1 to 3. No, that's stupid. Why I mute? So, is there a way for me to just get, like, the actual, like, shit value? I hope your family... You know what's funny? Like, everybody here was there for that moment when we found that comment on a random video on Instagram, when we tried to figure out what the hell is a baby Gronk from that one video that we have that we kept on playing called like the Lagoon Sesh or something, and we finally figured out what that thing is, only to find that like somebody commented on baby Gronk's photo, "I hope your fucking family gets capital S sold," and it was like, holy shit, that's funny. But like it like honestly reading it now, it sounds deranged because it's like if you had no clue what that moment was, you would actually think that I'm telling you to go die and that your family, I hope they get sold. It's like it was genuinely the funniest thing ever. The question is, if your family gets sold, do you get the money? Maybe. I do know, like, isn't that how it works? Like some people sell their kids or something. Maybe we do get bus volume DB. We'll just try this. We'll just get the bus volume. Where's the audio server? We'll try to get the... We'll try to get this. Oops. We'll try to get the actual audio server thing. I don't know. Let's just get like I don't know. Where's the audio server thing? I fit the singleton thing. Okay, raw buffer. We'll go over here. Pop you in there. Audio server dot get bus volume DB and then 1. Oops. Because the bus index is 1 for this, and then I'll do it properly next time. But I just want to see what this is. So this should get me an F32 Godot print. Oops. I don't know why. I also need to fix my my autocomplete thing, like the actual tab completion thing, because I think I mapped it poorly, where it just nukes everything that was there and then gets rid of it. I also really should make this a function somewhere. But the bus volume is this, and then we'll just try this and just comment that out. It's just because I just need to know if like the volume is actually going through the bus because I don't know how much of the editor is actually hooked up because the editor is kind of weird too, where you can't see at runtime what certain things are. Okay, but it should be happening because if I go remote, right, and then the UI is here. If I go remote, sorry, my head is shaking. Like I feel my head shaking. Why is it shaking? If I go playing, hello, what? Like sometimes it shows up, and sometimes it like breaks. Like you see how the output changes every now and then. It's like it works and it goes. Whoa! What was that? Set playing. It literally just says just like set playing. It's just gonna stop playing. Maybe it's not microphone. The capture effect should be working. How come it's not working? Wait, maybe how did I do this last time? Godot capture effect. What prints that set playing line? It's whenever you press any of these buttons. So what the fuck? Hello? Why are you still playing? Stop. How's it possible? Wait, you can play inside the editor? Wait, maybe this is only playing from the editor. But okay, but like no, it's playing from the game too, but from the other. But yeah, it's like a log for the variable. Yeah. Is there okay? There's a different audio effect. Oops, maybe I chose the wrong audio effect. Audio effect used for recording the sound from a player bus. No, but this just puts it into a WAV file now. This is true. Oh my god. Wait, no, this can't be true. Audio capture will only return silence. On Windows, privacy settings. What the fuck does that mean? When? Well, I hear myself. Isn't that enough to make it work? Privacy and security. Oh my god. Microphone access. It's on. Last used is Godot engine. Yeah, this works. 72. Yeah, see, this is working, right? What time is it now? 6:06. Okay, if I do this now. Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right, I don't know if this is working. Because it doesn't work unless I'm playing it. Maybe that's why. It doesn't work unless I'm playing it. But if I play it, I should mute it so I don't hear it. But if I play it, I'm going to hear myself. But if I play it, I should see the request go through. And it should just work. It hasn't changed. Wait, so how is this working before? Maybe this thing doesn't... The most recent is also captured in other sections. What are the sections? Last access, 60647. 60647. I don't do this. Does it still capture? Basically, when it's playing, does it still capture or does it not capture? The timestamp didn't update. But if I do this with auto playing, then it captures. Right? Yeah, it does. So now it's currently in use. Okay. So I have to hear myself to get it. I mean, okay, so that makes sense why it wasn't working before. So you have to hear yourself to get the thing. Is there a way to do this without hearing myself? Can I still get something by doing this? Okay, does anything change about the data that's being output? It's not this. It's not the volume bus is not what I expected. But the capture effect is also not getting anything. Sorry, I'm just so confused. Why is my capture effect? I swear this was working 4 days ago when I like quickly spun this up, but I also spun this up in like a day or something. So it's like, wasn't really trying hard here. This wasn't supposed to go like this. It was supposed to skip all of this, and I think I did something in between, and now it's all broken. I don't remember how I set this up. Sorry, this was supposed to be a lot better. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't do anything. The data doesn't change. Shut up! How do I stop hearing myself? No. How do I stop hearing myself? Whoa. What the fuck? Oh my god. I think I know exactly why it's working now. Right? So if I test... Do I focus this? Hello? Oh! Oh, perfect. Okay, good. So it does work. It was just taking. I think the buffer size is too small. That's why. Because I think the buffer size was just too small. Maybe I don't know. Let's do like I don't know 512. I guess like 512 would make sense. I'm not sure. Testing. Oh yeah, see, it totally works. Okay, so it totally works. Because if it's too small of a buffer size, because I was reading up on it, it uses a ring buffer internally apparently. Or maybe I'm reading the wrong thing. No, I don't think the Godot side uses a ring buffer. I think rest of FFT does. I don't know how it works on the Godot side, but I'm assuming it's similar to like a ring buffer where it just keeps all the previous samples, and then once you eventually get there, it like opens them up. Or if you don't sample them, it'll eventually start to cycle through and then use the other end. Like it's a ring, so it's like it'll eventually go back to the start. So you just pull from whatever's there, and then eventually it gets filled. I just can't do too many samples all at once. 64. Because the printing dies. So okay, 32. This is just a test to debug. This is just a test to debug. This is just. I really don't want to hear myself. I really don't want to hear myself. How about we do 4? Let's do 4. Testing. Hello. No, we wait. I don't know. What's the difference? I don't know when the audio picks up. But if this does work, then it should be okay. I just don't understand why it doesn't pull it. I'm not going to work on this. That's 1, 2, 3, hello. How did I get it to work last time? How come sometimes it works, but it doesn't work? Maybe instead of hearing myself, I feel like I'm going insane. I'm gonna mute the volume of the game. I'm gonna mute the volume of the thing. I can't hear myself. Testing. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. I muted the wrong thing. Just give me a second. Mute. Fuck, am I gonna mute? There we go. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. So now it's coming through. Wait, I don't think this is it. I think that's just a floating point error. I think it's literally just the values being so small. No, but now it's silent. See? Now it's silence. Ah! It should pop up now. Yeah, it looks good enough. But I can also do this. So now the reason why I'm doing it like this is because I can, with Voicemeeter, I can route audio through anything. So I can route audio through another microphone input that's there. I can use that, my throat hurts, to do the thingy-mabob. How do you set the I have a UI for it eventually, but how do you set the default for now? Input. Also, I really hope my family doesn't think that I'm dying. I really hope my family doesn't believe that I'm dying. How the fuck is the audio settings? Devices. How do you see like devices? Maybe advanced settings is the wrong one. Audio? I mean, it would be funny because it's like, oh shit, why is he screaming down there? Is he okay? It's like, yeah, no, that's just him. He's just the loser son in the basement. I guess I can't choose it here. All right, I think you have to only set it through script, which I remember. I did set up like the UI for it. But now I want to see, can I do that? We'll have this muted, so I don't need to mute the game. Testing, 1, 2, 3, hello, please let it work, I don't want to have to do it unmuted, because if I do it unmuted, I have to like mute the thing, but I don't want to mute the thing, because the thing is, I don't want to mute the application, but if it has to be playing, oh, here we go, so it does work, okay, good. I can just mute this, okay, so I can just mute this, okay, fuck it. Master, input, we'll do input, sure, we'll do input. I can just mute that. It should work. I don't no longer need to mute this. Because the thing about the 3D scenes too is that, like, let's say we do my like bus scene. The scene that I wanted, which is like the shut up! Which Dude, don't do this. Wait, better write that. Don't do this. Don't do this. Well, I mean, this should be okay. Because I actually think that this is always at that buffer length. I actually don't think that it's ever possible for the buffer length to not be that much. Because the buffer length would have to be like impossibly large for it to not be a thing. But yeah, because the thing about the TTC scene, or like the bus scene, right? If you're waiting at the bus and it's snowfall, I want the wind to sort of come through. Obviously, not while the song is playing, but like at least when the song is faded out. So like based on the incoming volume of the input, it's gonna fade out all the other sounds that are coming from the scene that is from the master bus. So it's like I forget what the actual technique is called, but it's like the dynamic compression thing, or like what's it called again? What's that? OBS sound equalization, something, or orange. What's the thing called? It's like a compressor that kicks in. Name of compressor that kicks in when volume goes up. But it's not a limiter. But it's like that technique where like you do it and you normalize the volume. You know what I mean? Like it's I forget the actual term for the actual technique. But like basically doing that with the scene stuff so that when I'm playing music, it'll sort of like fade out the scene stuff. So it's like a smoother intro to the song sometimes, because like the intro for the song, sidechain, thank you. Oh my god, thank you. OBS sidechain. And also it's funny because like this one, can I show you something by the way? This website is the best tutorial I've ever seen because it gets straight to the point on how you set up a sidechain filter chain on OBS. Yeah, and then it uses a dynamic limiter and a compressor to set it up, but it's from a website called the Orange Juice Liberation Front, which has things such as Pilkey. Martin Pilkington died. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Not only was I laughing, I was also texting my wife. But yeah, this website has the best thing to teach you how to do this thing, but it's also coming from a website called the Orange Juice Liberation Front. And I don't know why this website's called this, but it is a very fun-looking website. And it's from 2004 by this person called Uli Witness, probably a furry, which is not a bad thing. I'm saying that as a good thing. An intuitive software erector kit. What the fuck is an erector kit? Sorry? What's an erector kit? Sorry. In short, Stacksmith is a hypercard clone. What the hell is a hypercard clone? Oh yeah, but what is an erector kit? What is an erector? I don't know if we should be using these terms. Sorry, I just like to click on these links to see what happens. Uli. I just put a little screensaver. iTunes Can't Complain released. Oh my god. Moose? Did you ever talk to a moose? No. Learn the great mooses of history. The mooses of history? Like Moses, but mooses? Programming. Here you'll find source code. Sorry, we got distracted. Anyways, but that's what I wanted to like do. So that's why I didn't want to just mute the application, and I wanted to find a solution for whatever this is. So, but at least now I know that it works. Distracted. Wait, how come it wasn't working on the master channel though? I guess the master is only for output because it's from speakers, but then this is going to the master, and it's going to the master anyways. These sub buses, I mean, either way it's good because then I have a different bus for output and input, so it's fine. So it should be okay. And then I really should be to allow this to be specified at runtime. So I have this, I just need to feed in the actual data, and I think the only way that you can is you have to actually do the UI. And I was actually checking out how to do UI in this thing, in the Godot Rust way of doing things, because you can either do the UI with GD scripts. So it's interesting how Godot does UI. I think it makes sense, but also I do miss CSS and JS in that way because it was super easy to do. But I like the way that's done. The only problem is that to do so, you have to set up like a script for each control that you want. So let's say you have a control for the resume game button, let's say, and you have a script on it that like takes on the signal that's going to happen. Well, I decided to say fuck that. I decided to do everything in Rust because I was curious to see how far the system could go, and you have to get a reference to every single one, and I had to import it as an auto load because Godot has this very confusing concept called an auto load where you can set up an auto load such that when you actually go into your game, it'll automatically load in a node for every single scene that you go into. This is different from a singleton, which is a whole different concept that's really only on the Godot Rust side, but also in the Godot side because there's a singleton for the auto servers and stuff. Anyways, I have this thing over here which sets up the auto load for the escape menu, which reacts to the thing. I don't know what the includes is actually. I don't know what this is. I don't even know what I was thinking with this. But at least we have this menu. In the settings, I think I have an audio setting somewhere, one of these things. I need to show this settings menu, and I need to actually go in and do the third-party connections for audio, and I also need to do the connections to show like which thing to have. You know what I mean? Like which audio device to use. But this container has to be filled. I think I remember. I think I actually got close to doing this. Was it close to doing this? Yes, I did. And then I commented it out because I couldn't figure it out the day after. And I was like, I'll just figure this out live on stream, which was a bad idea. But basically, I need to get all the input devices and I need to pop them all in. And I need to make a button for each and every single one that will then allow me to choose whichever one is correct. I also need to get this specific button container for the audio devices. Sorry, audio container. Why did they name this container? These are stupid names. Sorry. Container audio device buttons. Sure, whatever. Container audio device buttons. Sure. Was it show? Sure. What? Self? Container audio buttons. So, I mean, because once we're done this and we set the appropriate button to the appropriate input device, which is obtained from the current list, and this is probably a stupid way of iterating over it, but I was like, I think I had to do this. Oh, I remember now, because if you deselect something, it goes back to default, and I was going to make it declarative, but right now it's imperative, so I have to handle the switching myself, which is stupid. It really should be declarative, but it can't be declarative because then the buttons would change. Unless maybe I could just associate the state with it. I don't know. Maybe I could. Yeah, I could. Wait, sorry. I'm just trying to think of this. Wait, because right now I'm doing it. Wait, sorry. So the whole point of this UI is to show a bunch of buttons, and you choose whichever one that you want to use. You choose whichever thing that you want to use, based on which button you pressed, and that's the device that will then be set active within the auto server. And also, maybe I should do instead of having to show it, because I think this thing is a tab list which handles it itself. I need to just react to it being open. How do I actually react to this being opened? Sorry, what are the signals in this thing even in the first place? Because this is a tab container. What are the signals that this has? Because I don't even know how I know which one's open. How do I know which tab is even pressed? Maybe I just do this all myself instead of doing it manually. Input? No. The tab container. Oh, perfect. There we go. What? Man. See, this is the thing about programming, too, that I always thought about. It's like, at some point, it just becomes silent, and you just sort of stop talking about things because you have to think about things, right? And I don't know about you, but if I'm in a room, I don't know why, but I can't think unless I forget that people are inside the room, which is bad. Because then it's like I almost forget that I'm on stream. Not that like I need to be aware, but I am slightly aware of it, just so I don't just so I remember not to call someone that I know. But I have to you know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to think if I'm in a room with other people unless I pretend like I'm the only person inside the room, because I get too self-conscious. But if I pretend like I'm the only person inside the room, it's very possible for me to accidentally say someone's real name or something. So it's hard for me to think live on stream. Anyways, I think I know what to do. I'm gonna do a signal. I'll just listen to a signal. When it's changed. Omitted when switching to another tab. Omitted when a tab is clicked, even if it is the current tab. Omitted when a tab is hovered by the mouse. Omitted when a tab is selected via click, even if it is the current tab. This is the only one that cares if it's changed. When drag to re-enable. What? Wait, that'd be sick. A settings menu that you can make yourself. Wait, I swear there's a game like this on the PS1, no? Or the PS2? It's like a samurai game. You play as a samurai who all of your organs were taken by the demons. And every demon that you kill, you gain back one of the organs that you had. I also need to fix my headphone. I can hear it squeaking. I need to... What? Hello? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh god, my headphones are like broken. Anyways, we'll just listen to this, sure. Instead of it just being a control, container settings, and I think container settings specifically, there should be a tab container. Look, I'm not gonna explain too much about the Godot stuff. I don't really know it much either. Okay, you just have to go with what I'm doing. All right, and my system sucks, but this is the thing. You just make the system and it works, and it's roughly understandable, and you just keep working on it. You'll slowly get better over time. Now I need to attach a function to the signal. So self.settings. Oops. Container settings. .signals. I think this is it. Yes. Signals dot tab change. That's the one. Connect. What's the self in this case? The self is just itself. Right? I need to connect other. I think self, and then we just do let's call it this. Sure. And then when this happens, I need to know which container it switches to. How do I know which container it switches to? Does this thing even give me anything beyond that? It should give me... Yeah, here we go. Closure expected to take 2 arguments, but it takes 1. I'm assuming whatever this is. What's this called? That's the index. What? So you get the index of the tab that it's clicked on, not like a name or an ID. You just get the index of the one that's clicked. So it's whatever I do here. Okay, yeah, sure. Tab index. Sure. And then I don't know. We'll just deal with this. I don't know. handle settings tab change. Sure. Do I really want to pass immutable self? I don't think I care to. At least I don't need to. But it also doesn't matter, because I can if I want to. And then tab index. What was it? I32? I think it was. Wait. I64. Why is it I64? How many tabs can you possibly have? How many tabs can you possibly have in this thing that you need 64? You need a 64-bit number. How much can this have? Oops. How much can this have? No, not that's it under there. You fuck? It's not easy to copy paste. I just wanted to see what the limits were. Okay, man. Anyway, so the buttons are gonna lay down like that. I know the buttons look like shit, but that's okay. It's fine. Don't worry. This is all programmer art. Okay. This is I just learned how to theme stuff like 4 days ago, and the theming stuff is a weird. The theming stuff. It's like I wish all UI moved to CSS. Because it's like, I know it's not that good, but at the same time, it's a lot more understandable than like these bespoke systems at times. Where I'm like, CSS really does just make sense in a lot of different ways. It's also very battle tested. But I get why it's hard, because you have to build like the entire engine, right? So, but again, that's why Facebook has... No. It's why they have yoga and stuff. To help you implement all of this for yourself within anything, and you can have like your own, you can have CSS running in like a C++ thing. I don't know. That's why they have this. Anyways, the handle settings tab change. I don't know. And then if I don't know, switch. We'll switch. Sorry. What the hell's a switch mode? Wait, is there even like a switch statement in Rust? I have no clue. Wait. There is no. Right. Whatever. If tab index equals 0, and then I guess like, okay, else if tab index, oh god. I'm sure like somebody who's like really experienced in like Rust will look at this and then go like, why are you doing this? Else to do, some fucky wucky has happened. Oopsie whoopsies. Handle this. Yeah, so this is going to be the audio tab. So it's audio tab. And then this is the third-party connections. This really should be something else, like accounts tab. Yeah, I like accounts more. Yeah, accounts makes more sense. And also, this takes the name of that, the accounts. Okay, sure. In this audio tab, I then do self.show UI audio. Nice. And then to do this. To do this. Perfect. Okay, good. And then I think this works. I have no clue. I have no clue if it works, but let's just try if it works. I'm pretty sure this should just show all the different devices, and I just click on it. It should just work. Worst case, it just doesn't do anything, and something breaks. Okay, you should be open. I hear like a flicker of my own voice, and that freaks me the fuck out. Stop it. Why are you already showing? You shouldn't be like this. You should be like this. You already shouldn't even be showing. Debugger. Must already be set. Escape menu. Oh, because the thing itself hasn't been set. Oops. Ah. Aha. Aha. There we go. And now if I do this, I click on settings. Okay, I haven't even made this thing open the settings. Wait, I haven't even made this thing open the settings. Sorry, I gotta go like, fuck it. Like the settings, the container settings. What's all this like other code that I commented out? Why did I comment all of this? I think this one was just to hide the buttons, but I don't even know if that's necessary anymore. What the hell is this? Remove child buttons. Oh, right, because it's manually, right, I have to like, because if I make it from here, it's manually thing. Oh shit, that was a close one. Sure. And I don't need to handle that. Sure. Sudo rename should really be populate list with audio device buttons. Yeah, sure. And then, sorry, so the settings button. What the hell is all this? If on audio input pressed. Oh shit. Switch back. Oh yeah, this was the logic to switch it back and forth. Audio server singleton. Set input device name. Where do I get the device name? Oh, right, for the button text. Right, from the button text. It was, but the from, because this needs to be to do, make a separate button structure that contains the device name stored with the button itself. That way we can refer to it and have the text displayed differently, aka in a prettier way, especially if the setup is weird and bespoke like mine. And that way I can do things like a declarative syntax for the UI too, such that the UI can just update itself based on data, and I can associate UI elements with the device names versus imperatively creating and destroying the UI every frame like a shittier. What's that thing that eGUI is based on? What's that other thing it's like the imperative UI framework? What's the imperative UI framework? eGUI? No, but it's the one that eGUI is based off of. eGUI. What is... Maybe eGUI links to the thing that I'm thinking of. Also, do you pronounce it eGUI? Is it GUI or is it GUI? eGUI. E-frame. Image UI. IMGUI. This bad boy. Right now, it's like this. And this is good for very simple things because there's very little complexity that you need to work with. But it's really, really bad when you need to deal with things that are slightly more complex and have more state in them because you have to be careful about not blowing it up. That's where I am now. However, it's also like, it's really good for tools. It's just not that good for like this. like a shittier IMG UI. GUI. 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 I like GUI actually. GUI's are GUI's really good. Hmm. Since you're here, actually, do any of you know how to like 3D model? I'm not gonna hire you. I'm asking because I need advice on like what's a good way to learn how to 3D model. Because we're working in a 3D engine, I also need to know how to 3D model well, and I don't understand a lot of the things in it to make more complex shapes. Like I'm okay with fairly simple shapes or like fairly low poly stuff, but when I try to go even higher, I think to myself, I really don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Especially with like organic shapes. Like I'm really struggling with the organic shapes and how I should lay things out. Like it seems like the way to go is like it seems like the workflow is like an artist would sculpt things and then you would bring it into like somewhere else and then they would like rework it, the model to be on a different model, and then they would do like a retopology thing to make everything like look good and then actually like not have any weird seams and stuff. But I'm like, I want to do it myself, and I'm only one person, and I don't want to sculpt things. I don't know what the fuck that is. You do some 3D stuff with Cinema 4D, Blender, and plasticity. You forgo all of those since you haven't modeled in a very long time. See, that's the thing, right? It's like it feels like a skill that you have to keep up with for a long period of time. I've never heard of plasticity, though. Holy shit, this thing is nice. Wait, this thing's kind of nice, chat. Holy shit. Or maybe I don't know how to do it in Blender, but like in Blender, I don't know how to do any of this. Because like, I don't know how to do like the cutout shapes, especially because like, I'm trying to model a TTC bus because there's no other model for a TTC bus that's available for free, right? And you have to do a lot of this stuff, and I'm like painstakingly setting things up and like putting them in like certain places. That's kind of sick. Yeah, it's somewhat new, simpler than other software, mostly for hard surface modeling. Yeah, exactly. Like, thank you. That's the exact use case, but I didn't know the like term. Yeah, yeah. It's like whatever that is. It's like whatever it is to like make things like objects, things with like a very sort of like things made of plastic and then steel and stuff. It's really good. Holy shit. What the hell is Cinema 4D? I swear I've heard that a couple times. Maxon! What is Cinema 4D? Cinema 4D is a professional MoGraph liquid flow emitter. Fluid simulations. I like how this is the example, but like everyone knows what this is for. You know what I mean? Like I know that like, you know, Pixar and stuff does this, but like the thing that people use that liquid stuff for is like you know? You think it's made with this is made with 3JS or plasticity? This is made with 3JS? Holy shit, that's actually like baller. Sorry, that's such a weird phrase for me. Sorry. That's really cool that they made this with 3JS because I wouldn't have expected something like this to be usable. Actually, no, I do remember. There was another piece of software that I was listening to an interview with, and it was a funny interview because it was both the typical sort of like tech CEO talk of like we're here to disrupt the industry, but there was also like an engineer going like check this out, this is so fucking cool. Basically, it was a thing. It was a CAD modeling software that they made to run in the browser that was designed to be the best thing ever because CAD modeling software is apparently very old and outdated, and they actually talked about using things like that and actually like trialing things out to see how you could render on the web. I think they eventually went with web GPU, but for a time they also like went in with like stuff like 3JS as like, you know, the layer above stuff like web GPU directly from browsers to like work with. You saw some dev vlog about it a long time ago. You think they mentioned that they use a 3JS, maybe a custom fork. That's actually kind of cool. Plasticity 3JS dev vlog. Oh, so like a dev vlog, like they actually took a video. Plasticity 3JS dev vlog. Plasticity dev vlog. Maybe I'll get the thing based on the people who work at it. Maybe I need to look at who's on the team and I stalk them. Reactor. When I started, what the people think. I don't give a shit about what the people think. I care about you. Who are you? Twitter. Discord? There's no shit. Wait, do companies just do Discord for everything now? What's like a... Okay, I was gonna say, is there like a Blender Discord? Community. Chat, swap, right click, select. LA blend. Discord? Oh my god, there's a Discord. What? The Ugandan? Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You're going to be cancelled. Stop. Don't laugh. You're going to be cancelled. Stop. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You're going to be cancelled. Sorry. When I read the word Ugandan, I thought of Ugandan knuckles. And I was like, uh-oh. I'm gonna laugh. The Ugandan... I love Uganda. The Ugandan Blender community. So they're on Discord. Wait, is everything else on Discord too? Blender Hori Discord. Oh fuck! They can't do this to me. It's too early. They can't do this to me. Oh fuck! Here's the dev channel. Thank you. Oh shit! Thank you. I can leave. I can leave to somewhere safe. Wow. Is he a unicorn? I guess this is like how tech CEOs see themselves, eh? Class A surfacing is here. Solid surface redefined. Plasticity. 3JS. 3. Web sharing and more. Elephant via Git on window. Wait a minute. Oldest. Iliad reading environment. Holy fuck, Heroku app. I haven't heard that in fucking forever. Is that still alive? It's like dead, right? I swear that thing died like a long time ago, though. Didn't Heroku like shut down? This is old. Holy shit. 12 years ago. But honestly, like kudos to them for making stuff and putting it out in like public for people to see. So this place has been building tools for like 12 years. That's actually pretty impressive to see like where they were. And you can actually see, look, experimental ideas for making Houdini's network editor more efficient. They're already thinking about how to make this stuff better 5 years ago. And then they got the modeler base, which is, I think NURBS was like the technique, right? NURBS? Non-uniform rational B-splines are a mathematical representation of 3D geometry that can accurately describe any shape from a simple 2D line to the most complex shapes. So they were already thinking about this stuff. They just did it within this, and then they thought about how to work it from here, and then they decided to make their own. This is actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool to see from zero to hero. Like you literally go from the Iliad reading environment into whatever the hell they've done with the plasticity thing. That's actually kind of cool. And then you see their features just build up over time. Over time. And I guess initially it was called Mole 3D. Selling Mole 3D's elephant via Git. What else Mole 3D? Mole 3D. Mole. No, wait. It's a whole different program. I need a different song. I know which album to pull. Yes, we're getting distracted again. We'll get there eventually, chat. We'll get there eventually. Bit more volume, please. And also, while I'm doing the audio, I should route this audio to B2 so I can do this afterwards. Distracted. Wait, Mode of Inspiration is a 3D CAD software that's a little different. Focus on being easy to use. It's grateful for designers and artists who want to construct accurate 3D models. Mole V4. What's new in V4? When was this? Is this still being updated? Dim aligned. There's a more release notes gathered here. I wonder if this actually gives like a date of when this thing got updated. This thing has to be. You know, because like sometimes you see a website like this and you sort of think to yourself, like, no way it's still being updated. Oh my god, last update was during COVID. What if they're dead? I'm not saying that I want them to die, but like there is a possibility that they could be dead. Because I don't know how to explain this, but like a lot of people died during COVID. And so like there's like things that we might never ever realize that were made by one person who are now no longer being made. And I know it's a very technological point of view, which is sort of like the tech bro funny thing of like you're so inhuman, right? But one of the many things that I did notice and like think about is that like if you didn't know that something was being made by somebody and it's just one person and they died, and then you just kind of went on there and all of a sudden it was quiet all of a sudden, you'd have no clue. It would just be silent one day and you would never find them ever again. Anyways, let's make these buttons pop, people. All right, come on, let's get that VC money. Anyways, maybe I won't do any of this because this is handle this shit declaratively. Yeah, so I talked about that last time too. Okay, we'll just do it like this for now. Should be good. And I need to find the open settings. Here we go. Open settings and then self.container settings.set visible. True. I also need to do this differently too. Like the entire thing should be declarative, and then it's much easier. Main should be set visible false, and then I'll figure out what to do from here. And then I just need to switch it, and then I'll know immediately based on this. Do you hear a scratching noise, or is it just me, chat? Am I scratching? I only want to do this for 9 more minutes. I think I've learned that programming live on stream is genuinely difficult. I don't get this distracted when I program by myself. When I'm by myself, I don't go in these tangents. Settings. That didn't work. That didn't fucking work. Copium. Copium streamer. Copium. It's copium. I know why it didn't work. I'm stupid. Set visible. Yes, not just this. God, I really need to fix this. So show UI audio. There we go. And then this. There we go. Okay, so we call that. It should populate the things. I should get the data going through. Right now, it'll get data from my main microphone. Oh. But if I'm quiet, what I could do if I'm quiet is I could go into the settings and then see this. How come you won't show up? Well, it should work. I don't know why it's not working. But yeah, it's sort of fascinating. It's just the wait. I know exactly why it doesn't work because it also didn't show it. Sorry, it's show UI audio. It also needs to do the container settings visible. I mean, this really shouldn't be here, but oh well. Whatever. We'll just deal with it like this. Yeah, fuck it. It should be picking up the audio from the music. It should be coming with the music right now. Unless I press the mute button. I need to check. Because in voice meter you can also mute the output. No, it's on. It should be doing something. It's just not working. Because it should be hearing the music right now. And it should be pulling data. Whereas if I go back to the default, if I unselect this, well, I guess that wouldn't work. But yeah, it should be doing something. Because if I just talk like this, at some point, you should see the numbers change. If I just talk like this, normally, you'll see the numbers change. Right? When does it change? Hello, numbers, please? Please change. Any numbers, please? Any numbers want to change? Did I change something again? Did I press something wrong? Oh, right. I know why. It's not autoplaying, is it? Wait, why did I turn that off? Can I hear myself? But you need this to hear because it has the autoplay. But I pressed the mute button. So what the fuck? Don't mute this. Okay, wait, sorry. Testing, 1, 2, 3, hello. Wait, do we? I should have wrote down what the findings were. Oh. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. I don't think I need autoplay, but I can't remember. Okay, should be good now. You're capturing now, right? You fuck. No, I think I do need autoplay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I do need autoplay, but I can't remember. There we go. I think if I do this, okay, there we go. It was just set to the wrong thing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I don't think I need to hear myself. Okay, perfect. You like my testing thing? Okay, now dead silence. It should go to 0 soon. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of problems with this. One, I mean, I have a list of things I can do next time though. So maybe I'll just write like well, I don't know, like I don't know what do we do. Like, what do we write? Like I don't know, like oh, I know where to write it. I'm already here. To-dos. To-dos. Does it work? Yep. To-dos. What'd it do? I don't know. Fill this out. I forgot to fill that out. Oops. To-dos is UI is currently imperative. And that sucks because it's very confusing. Like all imperative UIs. Make it declarative. In a smartly manner. I don't know what buffer size is actually a good buffer size. Too small, and we don't flush the audio buffer fast enough and have huge latency due to processing. But too large, and we run the risk of taking too long when we perform FFT on the audio data. What else was bad? I need to actually write down how this project works because the me of tomorrow is like a whole new person despite having changed nothing at all. I need to stream this in VR chat in a university setting per Meganay's message. Because it's better than my idea of a co-working office, and it's funny to think about the idea of somebody trying earnestly to make something real in a world that doesn't want them to make things. And keeps distracting them. Call doctor and finalize appointment for ADHD, because if this isn't indicative of ADHD, then what is? That's good. It's good. Write down longer thoughts on programming live. But the gist is, I hate it. I don't know how people do it live. Genuinely, here's the GitHub page, but you think it looks like it's mostly private. But you see the packages. Oh right, yeah, you can see the packages itself, right? Package.json, pre.js. Oh yeah, but see, I really wish I could like find that one episode that like talks about how they made it, because that's an interesting devlog to follow. Thank you for showing me this out. This is interesting. Electron Squirrel Startup. I think Squirrel. That sounds familiar, but I remember Squirrel Startup was a thing that lets you like check how it's being started up on every single platform. I think that's a package that like does all the platform specific stuff and then abstracts it out to a single interface that you can use across every single platform. Anyways, welcome to today's stream. Bye everyone. I'm getting the fuck out of here, okay? We've only just reached basically this portion of the code where we finally have something kind of going. And then I just have all this data that I need to hook up to signals, which isn't bad because like getting the signals, and this is the thing about Godot Rust that I found very interesting. It's very easy to use. Like this thing is very well documented that you can basically do everything that you want. And you can even like make your own whatever that you need to like make it work. The whole thing's great. Programming live on stream is genuinely complicated because again, exclamation mark distracted. I get very distracted. Next time we do this, it won't be anytime soon. Maybe in like 2 or 3 days because I need to reinstall the VR stuff. We'll do it within VR chat because I need to reinstall the VR stuff anyways because there's more VR segments coming soon.